up.
Crown Royal apple. Slaint.
Place, oh, show me the money, drink for my honey. It's only 35 to 1. Betting on the ponies, I'm here till the deal is won. Trust on yourself, just deal it on the felt. Behold what is to be seen. Knowing what I'm holding, got a handful of dreams. Captain Courageous, next plane to Vegas. I gotta go. Not so outrageous, next plane to Vegas. Win, place, or show me the latest on a plane to Vegas. Playing on the red and black. Place it on a number 21 or under. Pay me stack after stack. Hey, winner, love that chicken dinner. Take it in a briefcase of gold. A bit of lucky 7, hit me on 11. Make it in time for the show. Captain Courageous, next plane to Vegas. I gotta go. Not so outrageous, next plane to Vegas. Win, place, or show. Captain Courageous, next plane to Vegas. I gotta go. Not so outrageous, next plane to Vegas. Win, place, or show.
Salut. Hopefully you can hear me. Give me an audio check. Give me an audio check as we drink our large regular tonight. Welcome to this special Saturday, February 5th edition of the LeBrain Train. Very special indeed. We've been trying to get these two guys on together for about a year and a half, and we've finally done it. We've got Aaron and James from the Keeps Me Alive. They have been consistently writing about music since 2006. And I will tell you that these guys absolutely know their stuff, especially Canadian rock. And I think we'll probably get into a bit of Canadian rock tonight. My special co-host, thank you, T-Bone. My special co-host tonight is going to be Mr. Harrison Kopp, all the way from Australia. And that song that you heard at the top of the show was Next Plane to Vegas by Max the Axe. That came special request from T-Bone Erickson. He specifically wanted to hear that song at the top of the show tonight. So thank you, T-Bone, for that excellent, excellent request. Love that song. Love playing it. James Kalen is in the waiting room. James is new to the show. He's never been on before, so he's going to have to wait till 7 o'clock start time as we do the preamble. The preamble part of the show, the unboxing, Rob Daniels' favorite part of the show. Tonight, we are going to be unboxing my new Dr. McCoy action figure. This goes with my previous Spock and Kirk figures. Oop, Jesus, I lost both of their fucking phasers. One moment while we One moment while we locate the phasers, shall we? Shall we? Just a moment. Just a moment while we locate the phasers. I found one phaser. I found one. I'm going to bring on my co-host, Mr. Harrison Kopp, while I look for this phaser. Hey, Harrison, how you doing?
Oh, I am doing well, thanks.
Good. Do you mind minding the fort while I look for this phaser?
I'll try.
Okay. Why don't you tell them what you've been writing about on the Mad Metal Man website while I look for this phaser?
All right. Well, the Tony Martin and his new album Thorns that we talked about last week that arrived here. I've done a review of that, very positive one as well. And I guess I'll give you a bit of a scoop on what's coming in the future. KK's Priest as well. Be bringing back an old favorite for that in the Zero Word review for the coming week, and then the week after that I'll have the full write-up because I do have a lot to say about that album. And well, here's a list of all the great Blaze Bayley songs. We'll start with the very first one, and we'll go all the way. Oh, damn it!
Keep talking.
Oh, I was just about to give a whole list of great Blaze Bayley songs, starting with the very first one he recorded and ending in his latest album.
Do it.
Oh, that's every song. But
oh, okay. All right. Well, then I'm going to unbox Dr. McCoy. How's that?
All right.
One thing I've noticed, though, that I don't know why they all have different uniforms. Like Spock's wearing his dress uniform, McCoy's wearing his duty uniform, and they don't match. And I don't know why the phasers don't match. But these are cheap figures. This was only $20, which compared to a Star Wars Black Series, a Black Series goes for over $30. So it's a bigger figure. It's 8 inches and less expensive. Not to mention it's got, the soft goods clothing. I'll take it as a win. Anyway, here's Dr. McCoy. And spoiler alert, Dr. McCoy may be asking James some questions tonight just so that I can go, damn it, Jim, I'm an action figure, not a doctor. So just spoiler alert. We may be doing that. But if I hold him up next, I've got him next to Kirk and Spock here. The skin tone. Do you see the difference in skin tone? He's much more bluish. You see that?
Yeah, I do see that. Yeah, I thought it was the lighting.
No, it's the actual figure. He's much more bluish, and I don't like that. I do not know why McCoy matches so poorly to the other figures. Even his insignia is quite different from Kirk's and Spock's. But I've got the trio now. I believe there's still a Uhura figure out there for me to get. But yeah, I got the trio, and I'll be keeping Bones nearby to question James later on. And these phasers, the worst defect with these figures is that the phasers want to fall out of the belt constantly. Anyway, so are you looking forward to tonight?
Oh yes, very.
We have comments. John T. Snow is in the house. How you doing, buddy? We have Chris Sarr in the house. Delete. That's an inside joke. Harrison is changing this to a Blaze tribute show. And we have been getting spam from Russia on a regular basis lately. And I just want to say thank you, Russia. I'm glad that you enjoy the Lorraine train. And whatever you do, do not go to that website. Anyway, so tonight we're talking to Aaron and James from the Keeps Me Alive website. And I'm very much looking forward to it. Now, I'm used to being on the left of the screen.
Yeah, I was just about to say, wait a minute, why am I?
I'm going to remove you and re-add you and see if that puts us... There we go. That feels...
It was really weird looking to my right.
This is because I gave Harrison access, co-host access, so I guess it kind of considers us equals insofar as the screen seniority goes. Anyway, Aaron and James... How long have you known Aaron and James?
As long as I've known you, which is coming up on 5 years, I think, at the end of this year.
Decent amount of time. I've known Aaron for 26 years. This year, 26. And James, I have never met at all, virtually or in person, and I only know him via email. Aaron kind of started joining us together when we were ordering Sloan box sets and things like that. We would kind of like order through James, and then James would distribute the goods to us. So this will be fun for me. I owe James a tremendous amount of thanks. He got me that cool Alice Cooper, what's it called, Live at the Astrodome or something like that. It's the vinyl where they reunited the original band, AstroTurf. Look at this. What a bunch of weirdos. And hey, Brian, nice to see you tonight, my friend. That was James who got me that. He got that. That was a Record Store Day exclusive. He's got a dealer where he lives that has hooked me up many times with many vinyl Record Store Day exclusives. So I'll be asking James some of that stuff. I know you want to quiz him on the Worm and the Stick. They are both waiting in the waiting room. So why don't we just play the damn theme song and get this thing started?
Yes.
Sounds good? Welcome to the LaBrain Train, folks. I keep wanting to say Friday, but Saturday, February 5th, 2022. Welcome to the show.
Ticket to anywhere and a glazed donut to go. The Brain Train. The Brain Train. All aboard.
Damn it, Jim. What am I doing on this thing? Please welcome to the show, Mr. James Kalin and Mr. Aaron Stewart of the Keeps Me Alive.
The Brain Train is proud to present Aaron and James from Keeps Me Alive.
Hey, fellas.
Hello, hello.
Hey,
Hello.
hello, Mike and Harrison and everyone. Hello.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you, James.
Hello.
I feel like a rock star.
He's even more handsome in real life.
Oh, it's true. Ladies, look out.
How are you gents doing tonight?
Doing good.
Great.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Glad to have you, my friend. Have you met Harrison before? Are you familiar with his work?
Familiar with his work. Have not met him before, no.
Are you aware that he is a bit crazy with the Blaze Bayley era Iron Maiden?
Oh.
Well, he is, and he may be pushing some on us tonight. But anyway, we're here to
unlikely.
talk about you guys mostly.
Oh dear.
Aaron, I've known you for 26 years.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
doesn't seem right. Well, let's see. 90
96, my friend.
was it? Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
It was. And you just waltzed in one day, and
Yeah, I waltzed.
you told he literally waltzed. That's what got my attention.
Yeah.
But no, the truth of the story is, and we've talked about this in the intervening years, Aaron has told me his philosophy in life really is befriend your local record store guy.
Well, that's one of them, yeah.
So that's what he did, and we've been friends ever since. He's kept in touch through moves to Montreal, Saskatoon, and then back to Ontario. Did I get that in the right order?
You did. Well done.
Oh, nice.
Not even sure I could have done that.
Yeah, and along the way, James entered the picture too. And I don't know. Why don't we start there? Why don't we start with the two of you joining forces? When did it happen? How did it happen? And why did you decide to do it that keeps me alive together?
Oh.
Well, we first met because through a mutual friend of ours, we're going to a concert, and she said, "Oh, I know this guy, Aaron, who works under the stairs at the university like some kind of troll."
Okay.
It's true.
And yeah, I to this day I don't know what your job actually was. I just know you worked under the stairs. And so she brought you along, and here we are. That's it. Good show, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming, James.
Yeah, I had one question and that was it. But fortunately, this guy came prepared.
I can fill out more of that story.
Oh, please do. Please
do. My job in Montreal was with a healthcare provider for university campuses. So when you became a student at the university, part of your student fees, if this was voted in by referendum, part of your student fees would cover health, dental, prescription drugs, whatever. If you had it through your parents or somebody else, you could just opt out. So they were adding the University of Saskatoon campus that year. I got promoted and sent out to Saskatchewan to run the office for that. And my office in the student center was under the escalators. It had no cell phone reception. And they made me have a cell phone so they could reach me, but they could never reach me because it didn't have any reception if I was in the office.
Is that because of the big metal staircase moving?
Yeah. It was like nothing but metal overhead. So anyway, yeah. So my job there was to help administer the plan. So the students would bring their claim forms to us. We would submit them to Sun Life, and then Sun Life just had to process the claims. We answered all the questions and all that stuff. So what happened was, I worked in conjunction with several offices on campus, including the student unions for the grads and the undergrads. And our mutual friend was the leader of the graduate student association. So that's how I met her, and then met up with James. And I can also remember meeting James one time in a record shop.
Imagine that.
A&B. I don't know if you remember that. And you're like, "Hey, you're that guy." And like, "Yeah, hey, hi."
I think so.
I was buying White Stripes. I remember that.
Solid choice. Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember going to A&B Sound with you, like after that, but.
Oh yeah, but I can remember one time just by chance, just running in there and running into you in there. But yeah, and then it was concerts after that, and it was sort of snowballed from there into, when you recognize the good people, you continue to hang out with the good people, and James is definitely amongst the best of the good people. So there you go.
Before we go to Harrison's first question, I remember would have been 1999, I think, when the By Your Side Black Crowes album came out.
Yep.
You gave me free of charge the single for Kicking My Heart Around.
Okay, sure.
And you're like, it's a gift.
Yeah.
And it was the first time that had happened between you and I, but certainly not the last. But I remember taking it home and I'm like, "Look, Dad, one of my customers gave me this. It's the brand new Black Crowes single." And I remember my dad said, "Be careful about accepting gifts from customers, son."
He might want something.
Right. But
He
obviously,
may still might.
Yeah.
I think Aaron's just been playing the long game all this
I know.
time.
there
I
may
have not
come a
forgotten
day. There may come a day when I ask a favor of you. But that's basically how this whole thing started.
Yeah.
And Jeff Stevens with us tonight.
Hey,
How's
Jeff.
that? Anyone can have a corner office with a window, but the coveted office under the escalator. Location.
Yeah, especially when you don't want to be reached by your bosses.
And John T. Snow, I don't know if you saw his comment there, but the good advice about befriending your local record store guy.
Absolutely. Yep. It's the best thing you can do.
Yeah. And Bob asks if the university put on live shows then. I miss those days.
Big time.
I think, was it Skydiggers was the first one that we saw together?
It could very well be, or it might have been M. Griner.
Oh.
I remember
That
seeing
could
M.
be as
Griner
well.
with
Yeah.
Andy Stokansky.
Stachansky, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, then we went and saw all kinds of bands together. We saw Pixies with the Junior Panthers. We saw
Sloan.
We met Chris from Sloan that night.
You serious?
Yeah, that was actually a fun one because it was a great show, first of all, because Sloan. But then Cindy and I, my wife and I, had just come back from our honeymoon. And during our honeymoon, we had gone to Halifax and we were there for Hurricane Juan. And so we had like 4 days with no power in the city. So it's an auspicious beginning to a marriage, let me tell you. And then now Sloan is from Halifax. And so when we met him, I said, hey, I just came from your hometown and we were there for the storm. And he says, I've got family here. I got to go say hi to them, but I'm coming back. I want to hear all about it. So he came back and I got to tell him a little bit about what happened, what we saw while we were there and stuff. So that was cool.
All right, Harrison, take it away, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we'll take it from the top. How did the Keeps Me Alive come to be?
Ooh. I was kind of hoping James would remember the exact story.
That's problematic because, like, really, it was all you, as I recall. Like, it was your
So this is a
idea.
great show already. Yeah. Okay, so what I remember is this: I was blogging before.
Yes, as was I.
Yes, and we were on. There was Blogger, but then there was also Live Journal.
Yeah.
And we kept changing platforms because there would be Suck, and then we would change to a new one, and it would be good for a while, and then there would be more Suck, so then we would change it again. But it wasn't all just music stuff. But then I remember, because part of what we used to do when we would go to shows, there would be what we called the ritual of the trading of stuffs, right? Which is we would, whatever we were listening to, we'd dump it onto a CDR or whatever and trade.
Copious
We got
amounts of MP3s.
Incredible amounts of
Okay,
music.
you want to know something about Aaron? Aaron once had a dedicated shelf at the library behind the counter because he had so many CDs on request.
It's true. They used to let you sign out 50 at a time. And so I would just go on the website and go, yep. And everything, classical, country, rock, it didn't matter, jazz. So, yeah, that actually is a more believable story.
Pretty much, more or less how it went, yeah.
But yeah, so then James and I, we went to a bunch of shows and we did all this and we started hanging out and doing things. And then you moved to Regina for your job. And then we moved to Ontario for my lovely wife's job. And the blog became a place where we could still talk about music and sort of just stay in touch. But I don't even think it was intended to be anything other than, hey, I was just listening to this or whatever, or, and then it just sort of kept going. It's still going. And going and going.
Going and going.
All apologies to everyone who's endured.
Yeah, but I mean, you guys have done so much stuff over the years. Like James has done all these awesome concert reviews with the incredible amounts of detail. I mean, like, what he had on the hot dog that he ate on the night of the concert.
Usually I'm more
But what
interested
I-
in writing about that than the band itself.
Right,
That's
right.
what I was just about to say. I love when it's like all these details about how they got there and where they found the table and they met up with their friends and then
Right,
there were
right.
chicken fingers, so it was an official concert. And then right at the end, oh yeah, and the band was good. I would go again.
The thing is, yeah, because the secret is I don't actually know anything about music, so I just have to like put details all around it to kind of camouflage that. So now my secret's out.
I don't believe you at all.
Well, it's a night for confessions and a night for truths and all that other kind of stuff.
Well, I did a little bit of research to further answer Harrison's question, I suppose.
Ooh.
The first blog post
Was
woohoo! Was October 12th, 2006. And it was a first post just saying there's a music blog starting or whatever. It wasn't even a review of anything. And my first post that I made was on the 13th of October of 2006, and it was for Sloan's Never Hear the End of It.
Ah.
Because I was rocking that album a lot at the time, and I still love it. And James's first was on the 11th, and it was a you'd gone to see Scott Thompson.
Okay, yes.
And you wrote about that, but I was looking at it, and it does not have an SLCR number.
Ooh.
Did I?
So
I think I gave it one eventually. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back.
Well,
The concert reviews, mine date back to 1996. So
it would probably have a number.
So the guy,
probably.
the guy here who's saying that he doesn't know anything about music and disguises that fact with detail has been doing that for 26 years.
Oh my
Don't
God.
believe a word he says.
These are often my favorite concert reviews to read when the actual concert content is a postscript. There you go. And that's coming from Jeff. And
It's
Jeff
about the
has been
experience.
Jeff is the only one who's been even close to you guys for as long as being around in the community. The 1001 Records, I think, is the only one that even comes close. Like, he was before me, and I think Scott came around the same time as me.
Yeah.
And I remember we kind of became a nucleus around Keeps Me Alive, or whatever you were doing at the time. We won't get into all the different offshoots that we attempted, but there was there was yourself, there was Scott, and there was me, and then Jeff and Sarah and all these other people. Kind of, it was almost like gravity around the KMA. And if you look back at our very first Aaron and Mike Go to Toronto videos, it's like we're talking about guys like Scott and Deke.
Yeah.
And that's when I came into the picture. Those are my happy memories of starting to read the KMA.
And when did the Mike Lodano start?
Well, actually, we are celebrating the 10-year anniversary on March 9th.
Oh,
Yeah, and you're welcome to it. Well, no, you're not available Friday nights, are you?
No.
But we'll see what we can do. But yeah, that's 10 years soon. So it's been basically 10 years since Keeps Me Alive and LaBrain Train kind of collided, like the proto-Earth. I've heard this theory of the proto-Earth, how a stellar body collided with the proto-Earth and created the moon and the current Earth that we are today. So that is my analogy to the creation of the community, so to speak.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, Harrison, I have gone full Stephen Hawking, and we need to get it back to music. So you go ahead.
Well, it was thematically appropriate. The community did start with a bunch of rock coming together, if you think of it.
Hey, well done, sir.
There you go. Harrison for metaphor tonight.
Yes.
But yes, so the Keeps Me Alive is notably unique among this community for featuring two authors.
Yeah.
So how do you organize and balance the dual? You don't? Okay.
Aaron is
moving
already
on.
shaking his head.
Okay, so I looked something else up. What I always say with the KMA is that James is the quality.
Oh yeah, he does say this too.
I am the quantity. Okay, so I looked it up. James has done 299 posts as of today. Most of those will be concert reviews, I'm sure. So almost 300, dude. You're there. You're like one more. You got to get in there and do it.
Okay, I'll put
Give
something
her.
up tomorrow just for you. Just
Yeah,
because I know
please.
you want
Please.
the round number.
Damn
Yeah,
it, Jim.
gotta have a
Tell the
round
case,
round
Jim.
number. So you're at 299.
Mm.
I am at 3,532.
Whoa.
So I am like the gibbering monkey, just sort of flinging shite at the wall and seeing what will stick. James is providing quality content.
I am providing very calmly composed shite to throw at the wall.
No, I don't know. And I'm on this streak right now, man. I'm like 600 and I don't even know. It's like 650 days or something in a row or something stupid. It's a lot.
I've never been able to maintain. I was
sorry,
on a
no.
good streak last year. Like I was almost at 200 days, and then I just couldn't come up with something one day and blew
Yeah,
it.
no, and it's likely to happen. It's more likely that I'll forget one day. I'll just be doing something else.
Yeah.
But usually I'm down here in the morning before most people are up. I've had the snow shoveled and I'm sitting here having a cup of tea and I just post something. So, it's pretty easy to do when most of my posts are like 4 sentences long now.
Sorry, this is not the Harrison interview. Come
That's a
on.
long
Yeah.
story. That'll have to wait.
Chris Sarr is lost. There's no Leafs game on tonight. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I know. Although Austin is at the All-Star, so that's
Oh,
okay.
believe me, I'm aware of this. Don't need to get into that.
I wind up aware of these things pretty regularly too, because I'll just get a text from Aaron explaining what's going on in the Leafs game, and so I just write back and tell him whatever is happening on wrestling. Just complete non sequitur.
That's right. I keep forgetting that you're a vintage wrestling guy too.
You bet.
Which I was, some of my happiest memories are recording Saturday night's main event when I was a kid and waking up in the morning on Sunday morning and watching Did you know today's the anniversary of Hogan getting defeated for the title by Andre the Giant?
With the twin referees, yeah.
Yeah. It was, God, what was his name? Hebner. Earl Hebner.
Dave and Earl Hebner. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's right.
And after we watched it, me and my dad, we went bowling. This is how, like earlier stuff in my life, this is how I can tell when it happened. Is sort of like, what big wrestling thing was it in proximity to?
That's interesting.
So
a lot of those memories aren't as clear for me.
Mm.
So James,
Yes, sir.
what big wrestling thing was nearest to your wedding?
That's a tricky one.
Ooh.
So that would have been 2011, October 2011.
Congratulations.
Yeah, 10 years. It's crazy. We wanted to go back to Hawaii. We got married in Hawaii. We wanted to go back last year, but
Yeah.
the world is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if there
can see
was
Lana,
anything.
You can see Lana when you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there was something from around there. This is more from when I was a kid, I was thinking.
Okay, sure. Okay.
I remember seeing, I guess it would have been Boxing Day 86, something like that. We saw wrestling, Macho Man Randy Savage at the Kitchener Auditorium. Okay, what year would have been if Randy Savage had the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship?
That would have been 88.
And he was still a good guy. So 88.
88, yeah. Because that was the first show I saw, or the first WWF show I saw, was on that. Oh, man. Antique Market.
Yeah, I missed that too.
Yeah, no, I was 88 because I saw the first WWF show that I saw was on that tour as well. The
Very
Savage
cool.
as champion. Yeah.
Right on. Harrison, did you want to try to bring it back to music with a question?
Yes, I was going to segue back to, I assume most of the replies to comments are Aaron as well, then.
Sorry?
Yes.
Most of the comment replies are written by Aaron, I presume.
Yeah,
Comment
I would.
reply.
Yeah, like when.
Oh,
when
I see what you. Okay, yes. I know.
somebody replies on one of our posts, it's usually me. Sometimes James will pop in, and you can always tell.
Yeah, because I have sort of my own separate blog too. So I'm logged in as that at James Kalin, WordPress, whatever it is. And so when I leave a comment, it's under my own name.
Yeah. I would say also because there are fewer exclamation points and fewer LOLs.
Or wahoo!
Yeah, or one. Yeah, that's another one. That's how you know it's not James.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh man.
Meet saw Mania 18 at Skydome 2002. I saw Mania 3 from the Pontiac Silverdome when they were simulcasting it to the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium.
I
Remember
played
when they used to
basketball
do
on the
that?
floor of the Skydome.
Sorry?
I played basketball on the Skydome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I don't know anybody else who can say that.
I do. A bunch of guys went with me.
Oh shit. Maybe we should bring up the worm in the stick. Shall we, Aaron or Harrison?
Oh, I was
wanna...
just quickly going to ask, because community is an important part of this everything, this show, and the keeps me alive too. What was the origin of the Grail list?
Oh yeah.
That might have just been a brain fart of mine, as far as I know. I like to keep track of things that I'm trying to find that are hard to find. And
I mean, yeah, you like to keep track of things that you have that you've already found as well.
Yes, I have a list in my phone so that when I'm out and I find something, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And I look at my phone and say, oh yeah, but I've already got it. So then I can put it back and save some money, especially when we weren't able to go to the city, which has been far too long. I don't remember any specific thing. Do you, James, about that, or was it just a?
I do.
No, it was your idea. I would like to add this though. Aaron talks about keeping a list of things he wants. There was a record store here in Regina that was going out of business, and they had CDs. I think it was like $2 each or 3 for $5 or something. It was super cheap. And so I said to Aaron, "Is there anything you want? I'll look for it." He sent me a list. It was a Word document. I believe it was 37 pages long. And I couldn't actually use it because this was back in the BlackBerry days. And if I tried to open it, it would crash my BlackBerry.
That sounds like Aaron.
That's just how you know I'm doing things correctly.
Well, James, I can maybe add a little bit to the story, because we have video evidence of the first Mike and Aaron go to Toronto in 2012. And he came with what he called the Order of Battle, which was a list of all the stores he wanted to hit and a list of everything he was looking for. And it was like 3-4 pages, typed pages long, single spaced. And there was all this other stuff like, oh, don't forget, HMO is looking for this. And James from Scotland is looking for this, and all this other stuff. So he had all these additional people on his paper. And I don't want this to come across wrong, but I shopped a lot more quickly than Aaron because I was shopping for one person. But anyway, I think that sort of morphed really into the Grail list. I think you had the idea based on us doing that and looking for records for these people, that maybe if you put it on your website, we can just do this. Look it up that way.
I am always looking for stuff for other people, though. So I don't know whether that was born then or whether it was just,
well, that's my narrative.
Something I've always done. But the Grail list is awesome. Anybody who wants to go check it out, go to keepsmealive.wordpress.com. At the top of the page, there's the Master Grail list. Click on it and you can see what everybody's looking for. The idea of it is not just stuff you're kind of thinking that you'd like to get. It's stuff that you really want. And it's generally stupid money, or it's really hard to find, or like they only made 500 of them or something. And it just puts it out there so that everybody, no matter where you are, whether you're in Kitchener or Regina or Australia or wherever you are, you might walk into your local and find it and be able to help that person out. So that's why I put that in there.
Yeah. Yep. I gotta make sure that mine's up to date, because I'm pretty sure it's not.
Oh, well,
all right. So as alluded to by LeBrain, I do have a couple of more personal targeted questions. So I will start with Aaron, because he's on the left. You saw Iron Maiden on the Book of Souls tour.
Sure did.
Now, the Book of Souls tour underwent a couple of setlist changes as it went. Mm-hmm. So I'm asking, when you saw them, were they still playing Tears of a Clown, and had they dropped Hallowed Be Thy Name by then?
They were playing Tears of a Clown, and I don't know about Hallowed. The set list that I saw is on the post that I made about the show.
Okay.
I don't have it in my head. I want to say that they did. I remember a lot of that night, but I don't remember all the songs specifically. I could
See,
look it
that's
up.
lucky because Tears of a Clown and Hallowed weren't on the official live album from that tour. Hallowed because they were involved in some sort of legal shit with it, but
Right.
Tears of a Clown was just, they just didn't put it on for whatever reason, which is a shame because I like that song.
Yeah, I like that song too, although I don't think it's one of the stronger songs on the album. I maybe just stepped in it there.
Well, I think the Book of Souls is Iron Maiden's best album, so yeah.
Well, I like the song, but when they started playing it, I was like, oh yeah, okay, here we go. It's kind of like, okay, so here's what we saw. The intro was, of course, UFO's Doctor Doctor.
Oh, yeah.
So then they played If Eternity Should Fail, Speed of Light, Children of the Damned, Tears of a Clown, The Red and the Black, The Trooper, Power Slave, Death or Glory, The Book of Souls, Hallowed Be Thy Name, Fear of the Dark, Iron Maiden, and then the encore was Number of the Beast, Blood Brothers, and Wasted Years.
So you got to see everything on that tour.
Yeah, and then the outro was the Monty Python Always Look on the Bright Side of Life, because that's what they do. But yeah, so it was a stellar set. I mean, they just killed it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And also, Aaron, lastly, Mike told me to ask you about some alleged vintage sealed Star Wars figures that were meant to be yours but never came to you.
Well,
yes. Okay, that's a story. Okay, so when I was a kid, I was big into Star Wars, just like everyone else, I'm sure. And one year for Christmas, my mom bought me Luke Skywalker, and it's the Tatooine outfit with the white jumper with the and the left hand is sort of shaped like, I can't get it there, shaped like this, and then there's a thing in the arm, and it slides the lightsaber out and pulls back in like this.
Right. Yeah.
And she hid it before Christmas. She hid it somewhere in the house so that we wouldn't find our presents. And then when it came to Christmas, she couldn't find it. So she had to go buy another one. And I got that one for Christmas. And that was fine. I was like, woohoo, we've got, now we've got Han and Leia and Luke and Chewie, and we can have adventures with our Star Wars figures. And it was awesome. When I was about 17, 18, Mom came to me and she said, here, Merry Christmas. And she handed me the Luke. She found it. I don't know where she'd hid it, but she couldn't find it for years. And so I still have, it's here. I still have an original Luke, and I never took it. I never opened it. It's still in the bubble thing with the, the cardboard and all that. Yeah, so I have two of them, just one's not open because my mom found it years and years later. That's all.
Yeah, there's a running joke in my family that when something goes missing in the house, it's being put in a very safe place.
Yeah, we used to say our house was haunted. We had a ghost called Tom.
In my house, it just meant my dad threw it out. Aaron, I don't know if you remember me talking about this on my blog, but we had a bunch of board games. And a few Christmases ago, my sister went down the basement looking for our board games. She said, where'd they all go? And my dad's like, I threw them all out. So there was one in particular that I really wanted to play. And my mom made him like rebuy one from eBay. It was like $60, something we paid like 50 cents for at a garage sale.
Stories like that, man, they are rampant.
They surprised me with a new old one. And yeah, that is the lesson here.
Yeah,
and lastly for James,
yes.
Sorry to cut things off, as LeBrain alluded to as well, some of the earlier shows, the comment section were characterized by a desire to see LeBrain eat a worm on a stick for $7. And so my question is, how did you come to that $7 valuation for the worm and the stick?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wanted to see him eat the worm and the stick because I believe in encouraging people to broaden their horizons and test themselves and better themselves, right? So
Yeah, sure.
it just seemed like a good thing, good challenge for Mike. As for the $7, that's just what I had in my wallet at the time. I didn't want to promise anything that I couldn't deliver. We should have been doing it now. I think I still have like $200 I got from my grandma for Christmas. I think I just haven't put it in the bank. It's in the wallet now, but
Shit.
you got your $7.
I got my $7. All right. Well, this next point is not a question per se. It's a confession. Aaron, we have not been entirely truthful with you tonight.
Okay. Uh-oh.
This is not the KMA special.
Is it an intervention?
This is the tribute to Aaron special.
Oh, God.
And we are all here tonight to celebrate community and the man behind the community. And somebody's got their speakers on. It's not Kevin and Sarah.
It was me.
It was meat. There we go. So Aaron. Oh, and Jen, come on, say hello to Aaron.
Aaron.
Hey, how are you? I like your shirt.
This came to be shortly after the New Year's Eve show. We said, you know what, we need to talk. We need to celebrate. We need to celebrate community, and who better to celebrate than Aaron? So, surprise!
Aw, everyone.
And that's not all.
Thank you.
And that's not all.
Oh, God.
And that's not all. And that's
Now
not
it's
all.
the intervention. I swear.
Now-
I swear.
There's
Oh, you're
something
missing
else.
somebody.
There's something else. Who are we missing?
T-Bone.
T-Bone.
Oh shit, T-Bone.
There.
I've
Surprise!
never had the screen this full before. Hey, T-Bone.
Hey,
And the irony is that T-Bone is the most important piece of this puzzle, because this is not that. There's more to the story. I have further deceived you. Tonight is not the first time that I've met James Kalin, and we have something to show you.
Okay.
And I would like to premiere the brand new music video by T-Bone Erickson. This is a little song
by the community
called Community.
Oh, God.
In the fall of '06, somewhere in the sticks of southern Ontario, we planted a seed, had a yearning need we couldn't get from the stereo. Started out as two, and it slowly grew into a passionate fraternity. No matter where I roam, it's always home, from here to eternity. It's where we'll thrive with immunity, and it keeps me alive. Community, it's my community. Community, it's my community. So I said, hey Joe, come on, let's go. I hear adventure, it's a calling me. I'm gonna lose control down a rabbit hole in the heart of the big city. We're gonna squash a beetle with a rolling stone and fly the black flag all the way back home. If you eat shit flowers, I ain't got time. Don't matter what we find, it's the glue that binds, you see. It's where we'll thrive with immunity, and it keeps me alive. Community, it's my community. Community, it's my community.
Hola desde Cuba a la comunidad de Aaron.
Oh, wow. Oh, that was awesome. That's my new favorite song.
It's a hit. It's a hit. We got lots of
going on the
comments
start of every
here.
mixtape from now. You
Yeah.
guys rock. Thank you. That was fun. Even had Mike's mom.
How the hell am I the center square in this?
Sarah's dance steals that whole video. I'm sorry.
100%. So how long has that been in the works? I don't know, a month maybe?
Yeah, about a month almost exactly.
Yeah.
Unity.
So like T-Bone will make the video link on YouTube public.
Yeah.
And he's going to put the MP3 up on Bandcamp.
Cool.
And that'll be for everybody to watch whenever they want from now on.
You people have been planning this all. I had no idea. None.
We were worried.
No, it's typical. I generally have no idea. So that's okay.
Well, Aaron was messaging me while Mike's setting this up, and Aaron's texting me going like, "I'm really worried that I can't remember everything about KMA," and I'm like, "Just go read our year-end post. You'll be fine."
Yeah. Year-end posts are usually just the albums that I bought that year, and I pick one that I liked. So it doesn't really say much about anything else. Holy smokes! Look at all you fine people. This is awesome.
I gotta be honest. There's probably a whole outtakes video that could be made that could accompany that of just the stuff that didn't get into the video. Like, I asked people to just send me themselves mouthing or singing along to. In some cases, people sang, and when they did, their voices are in the choruses. But some people sent a minute and a half of material and 10 seconds of it made it into the video. So just look for it. There may be another video out there at some point.
Oh, please. That would be awesome.
Sarah and Kevin, for instance, are offering dance lessons on one of the videos.
I thought that was awesome dancing.
That was my favorite.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
They look like they're having so much fun, and that's what it's supposed to be, right?
And not to be outdone, guitar solo here. Lego guitar solo.
The Legos. In case you didn't realize, those are Harrison's Legos, and he gave me the one with the guitar in two positions. So I just put a bunch of them together and sped it up, and it's like he's the guitar solo. It was awesome.
That was exactly where I intended it to be placed.
Actually, I read that in your text to me after I had already placed it there, and I thought, okay, well, you know what they say about great minds or maybe contrarian minds. I don't know.
We're obviously going to play it again, but Snowman in his clip, his little Billy Idol pop is holding up a little community sign, a little flag that says community on it.
Well, actually, it's a thought bubble. He's speaking.
Oh, thought bubble. Sorry.
Yes.
Is that the same one?
Yeah, that's the one that you sent.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why it's
posted his review of it today.
Oh, okay. I haven't been on to the reader today.
You know what, Aaron? So many dots are going to connect for you after the fact now.
I hope so, because I'm pushing 50 and there are a lot of dots.
Yeah. I'm over 50 and I'm down to like 2 dots.
You said that, I feel like most of my life is like an outtake reel, right? Like piece it all together. Oh my god. That's
well, now you have something you can
everyone.
show. You
That's
can
so
show
cool.
the kids and show your wife tonight and say, "Look, this is what I've been doing at the computer all this time, and look what happens."
Well, she knows, right? Like my long suffering lovely wife has listened to a lot of music that she maybe wouldn't have chosen to listen to herself. So we do have to give her some credit here as well.
Oh, before I forget. Sorry, there's more. Before I forget. There was somebody who couldn't make it tonight. There's one person couldn't make it.
Hey, Aaron. Sorry I couldn't take part tonight. Wanted to, but just wasn't able. Hope this is a great surprise party for you, man. Thanks again for making those 8 tracks possible to get to my way so they can get to Mr. Popoff. I don't know if he's gotten them yet, but looking forward to that. Made sure it gave you a shout out for that. Anyway, that was a major spoiler. Hope everybody's having a great time on the LeBrain train tonight.
That's a true
That's
story,
awesome.
Aaron. He sent the 8 tracks that you sent to him. They're going to Martin Popoff.
Did I
Or the
don't
8
even
tracks that
remember.
you found that Jeff sent to him.
I was going to say,
Brian,
I
you.
thought that was, yeah.
Yeah,
I was trying to
Jeff was the
remember having
beginning
sent
guy.
him
Right,
8 tracks, and I was like,
Right,
I
so they're
smelled
going to
the smoke
Pop Off.
because I
Community 8 tracks.
So
That's right, yeah.
hopefully Pop Off isn't watching tonight.
Oh.
But that's what those 8 tracks were for. And he put a little note in there saying Aaron from Owen Sound and Jeff from Kingston, and so Pop Off will know where they came from.
God, I hope they work.
Well, they're not for being played.
Oh, weird.
What 8 tracks were they? Like what were the 8 tracks?
Do you recall, Jeff?
I think they were was it the Max Webster ones? I
Yes,
believe?
they were Max Webster. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Nice.
Okay.
I have his Kiss ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which were Aaron ones, yeah.
I recently had a Mick Ronson one, but it disappeared very quickly. Like it was gone long before I could even turn around. Somebody had grabbed it. So, yeah. Oh, thank you. This is amazing. Look at all you people. This is awesome.
Well, to give full credit where credit's due, this really, I think it might have been T-Bone's suggestion initially.
Oh,
But this came up after the New Year's Eve party. We're like,
Yeah.
we were talking about what next, and this is what evolved. This is the evolution of that.
When Mike's tired really late and I'm half in the bag, this is what happens.
That's not a lie. And this T-Bone has told me, and keep in mind that he's been working on this song for a month now. He told me that he's been up since 8:30 this morning, remixing and remixing and remixing.
Oh man.
I realized very late
So
last
much
night
work.
that the bass sucked.
And,
It just couldn't
So
get
much
it to
work
mix
went
it.
into that.
and I want to point out,
That's how much fun went into it is the right
Wow.
way to phrase that question.
I
Sorry,
mean,
go
at
ahead.
some point, I had said to the group that T-Bone is the Dr. Frankenstein of rock and roll, and he truly is. Like,
Oh, yes.
okay, all the people that you see that are lip syncing, I never lip synced. The only thing he ever had for me was like a crappy cell phone video that I did in a walk-in closet to actually sing. So like
Where you were.
Yeah.
So
He
maybe
came
you
out,
clip
he
on
came
that,
out of the
but-
closet for this.
no, I went back into the closet for it actually. So, but I just couldn't believe that it actually worked. Like we tried just the community part one day, and it worked. And then all of a sudden, the next day, I get a message from T-Bone. He's like, "Do you think you could try the Keeps Me Alive thing in harmony?" And the first thing I'm thinking is, "Man, I'm bad at harmony." Like
It's
and it's funny that the one person that would really appreciate this is Jacob Moon, because like way back when we were like late teens, he used to make fun of my usage of harmony, and if he heard, and at some point I'm gonna play him that because he's gonna laugh. He's like, "Yeah, it works, but it's still funny." Like, it's not really what you should be singing in harmony. But anything, it's amazing what he was able to do with just a cell phone audio thing. My hat goes off to Mr. fucking T-Bone, who is a genius. So
yeah, that was all brilliant. Should have been a
It was so much fun.
And incidentally, that bit at the end of the video from Cuba, Bob's been in Cuba for the last week, and he recorded that bit for you in Cuba with the guy at the hotel saying greetings to Aaron and your community, basically.
Nice.
And yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That guy's probably didn't have any idea.
No. He's like, white man wanted me to say
Bring on the
something.
Cuban
Okay.
Hey, Mike, bring on the Cuban bartender. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, he's in the waiting room, right?
Yeah, he's in the waiting room.
And yeah, but I gotta say too that my favorite part of that whole thing, I was Kevin and Sarah. Come on, that was fucking amazing. Come on,
The choral.
Yeah, it was this. It was.
I just put the camera on her. I just threw the
Amazing.
camera on her and said, "Go." And
They were
Nice to meet you.
They were
It's
one of the
amazing.
longest I waited for, but they were worth the wait. There was they had like 3 minutes of stuff. I had to narrow it down to that. That's what I'm saying. There's lots more good stuff out there that's not in the video.
I asked him, I'm like,
okay, we're watching this. Are we gonna like and just send him a couple little things? We're like, nah, I'm
No.
just gonna send him the raw stuff. He can do whatever he wants with it. I'm like, yeah.
No, that was perfect.
Adam does best. Oh, look, it's
I've done like tons of stuff like this before, so I know like to send them everything, and then they'll pick what they want out of it.
Yeah, they got options, but it was like I get a Kevin solo video, I get a Sarah solo video, and then the two of them dancing together. So it was great to take a chunk of each of those three and put it together, and boom.
I learned
It's
that from
fantastic.
my buddy Curtis. He's a professional actor, and I asked him to do one little thing for me. It was like for a radio fun thing that we did, and he sent me like 16 different takes, all in different voices and all that, and I ended up using the thing that I asked him for, but it was just so neat that he did all of that to give me all those options. And
Is that Curtis the laundry folder?
That's Curtis the laundry folder.
What a thing to be known for.
Yeah.
I was on that Start to Continue show with Curtis and Kevin, and this Curtis guy's folding his socks as we're doing the show.
Listen, he's a professional actor. He doesn't have time to do podcasts, so he
doesn't have time to do laundry and podcast separately.
That's
He
multitasking.
Yeah, that's right.
Multitasking, indeed. I think Lana would like an explanation as to your screen name, Kevin.
Oh, that's the Bare Naked Ladies. They are a Canadian group that just happens to be better than Def Leppard.
Bullshit. Better than everything after the first 3 albums, yeah.
Oh, Uncle Meaty with a very Popovian.
Hi, Lana.
No, Meat, I know you had a question you wanted to bring up.
What?
Well, you said you wanted to ask T-Bone about the process.
Well, I did.
I think
did
we
already
discussed that.
Kind of discussed it.
I don't think we just. There's so much more to the story, though.
Well, ask T-Bone because, like I said, like I had my part. It was like putting salt on fries. Like he's the fries, man. I talk to the fries.
Well, I have a question for T-Bone then, which was we had a covert recording session with James, John, and myself.
That was fun.
But we ran into syncing issues. There was always a constant delay between what T-Bone's music was playing in his window and what we were hearing in our window. So how did you get past that for the final video? Because it looks perfect.
Well, I first off, remember I said, I'm not going to sing. I'm going to pretend to play guitar. And then the stupid thing is in the final chorus, I sang the final chorus when I did sing it just randomly. And I didn't put the "It's Our Communities" in like a standard, like every second one or every third one. I just put them in whenever the mood hit me. So there's like community, it's our community, then like 4 straight communities, then an it's our community. Then so I wrote them all down on a paper. And I said to the guys, I said, okay, we're going to do the whole last chorus. But when I hold up my guitar with community on it, that means the next one is an it's our community, so that James and John and Mike knew what to sing. And it was kind of working out okay, but then Mike for some reason seemed out of sync with James and John. So then Mike came up with the idea of, okay, what if it's just me and T-Bone on the screen, and he'll sing, I'll play guitar, and then all of a sudden John pops up like, what the fuck am I doing here? Community. He just yells out community, and then James pops up like, what am I doing here? And then community, and then it worked out perfect. And I plugged
another true fact
was perfect.
Another true fact is that wasn't actually John T. Snow that day. We could not get John T. Snow.
We had the real Richard
Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss. The real Richard Dreyfuss.
I saw that joke coming.
He does
before you even said it.
Oh yeah,
he does an amazing John T. Snow. He's a really good actor, very good actor.
Oh, death therapy, Bob.
But you know, even after like the song was done, I was like, there's things I forgot. There's like we didn't reference Mr. Books anywhere in that song. And it's like that's Deke's nickname for you. It's been Deke's nickname for you for a while, Mr. Books. And there's some other stuff. It's like we could have made a whole other song. We could have made 2 songs.
Oh, and I've also watched every single episode of Mike and Aaron's Excellent Adventures in Toronto.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. But there was so much good stuff that I said to Mike, I said I cut out mostly just the stuff of you, of course, because it's about you, although Mike's in a lot of the video. And then I sped it all up really fast because I wanted to get more of it in there. So if you're wondering why you're like, jumping around all the time, and one of my favorite scenes is you guys are, I don't know, you guys are in a parking lot or somewhere, and Mike's got his phone out, and you're like holding the pose, and then you're like, oh, you mean it's It's a video. It's not a photo. Oh, okay. Well, then I'll give you both.
And how many shots are there of me just like walking right up into his face with a camera and him being like,
Oh, there's a couple where you can only see this much of his face. Like, how close are you when you can only see that much of his face?
well, you turned lemons into lemonade.
No, it wasn't. It was lemonade already. I just added a little sugar to it, as meat says, salt on the fries.
And as far as speeding things up, I actually couldn't tell because I'm sometimes that animated. So it's actually believable.
You do talk with your hands quite a bit, which is awesome because it makes for non-boring video, especially when there's no audio. No, it was fun.
You want to talk about Aaron's energy? This is the story I tell that really just sums up Aaron to me. So Aaron and Cindy were living in Saskatoon and they were moving, right? Like within Saskatoon. So Cindy's working. So it's Aaron and me and Aaron's buddy Rowan, and we're doing the moving.
Yeah.
The apartment they're moving out of is on the 3rd floor. You got to walk up, no elevator. So we take stuff up and down to the truck, up and down, up and down, up and down. They drive it over to the new place. It's on the 2nd floor. You got to walk up and down, up and down, up and down. We do 2 truckloads, and the mattress and box spring wouldn't fit in the truck, so we had, because they're only moving like 3 blocks, so we had to portage them on our heads and walk them the 3 blocks that way to get there. Yeah. So we've done this all day. We're exhausted. We have about maybe half a truckload left to move. We get back to the old apartment. We're having to sit down outside, and Aaron, all of a sudden, leaps in the air, pumps his fist in the air like Super Mario, and screams, "Woohoo! Go team, go!" He's bound up the stairs 3 at a time, and I look at Rowan, and Rowan looks at me, and we don't say a word because we don't have to. We just know what the other person's thinking, and we just don't move a muscle until Aaron comes back with the box. So we went and finished it off after that.
I just had to sit for a minute, then I was good to go.
Yeah.
Is that the origin of the Wahoo?
Actually, can I just bring up something real quick? There's a Wahoo. Did you pick up the Wahoo in the song? In the final chorus, there's a Wahoo, and that's Mike. Mike performs the Wahoo in the final chorus. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was so busy watching.
He said it had to be in there. He said.
Yeah, I don't know the origins of that. I remember yelling that at you, James. You had come to Toronto, and we met up with you, and then you were walking off to your hotel or whatever, and we were going in the other direction to get back home, and you were like a block away, and I just let her rip, right? Like, wahoo! The whole of the street heard that one.
Yeah,
somewhere downtown Toronto.
Man, I hope we can get back there one day. We need to make fresh video and fresh memories.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the one thing I would point out from that video is that picture of when James and I met Chris at the Sloan concert. That's the story we were telling about how I got to tell him about Halifax after the storm.
Yeah.
And that shocked me because I was really skinny then.
How long ago was that?
2003 we got married. So probably it was September 2003 we got married. So that was probably October of 2003 because it was just after we got back. Yeah, that was just after we got back from the honeymoon. And it was like, oh, we had a honeymoon and we get to see Sloan. Let's go. You know.
Wow.
Yeah, I was up for that. No problem.
Yeah, hey, I'm actually curious of something. Is it true that Jeff is actually the first that started all this, or is it you guys?
It was Aaron, and we went through that in the first half.
I don't remember. Like, I just remember hearing something about
Jeff. Jeff was pretty much. Jeff has been after James and Aaron, who started in 2006. I believe Jeff is the longest running site with the 1001 albums.
Because that would have been December 2011.
Right. Wow. And I came around in March 2012.
Yeah. And you guys started when?
October 12th, 2006.
Now, is that Mountain Standard Time?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a long time, man. Holy cow.
Yeah, well, we moved from Saskatchewan to Ontario in May of 2005.
Wow.
And then it clearly took a year and a half to get that set up so that we could do that. But probably it was emails before that. Like, hey, I just listened to this awesome album. You should check it out or whatever. And, you know, that was sort of the glue for the longest time was I still have a lot of the discs that James gave me. And he would often draw pictures on them. There are some amusing discs.
all mine from you usually have a sticky note inside that say enjoy and that's it.
Well, what else is there to say?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Look, there's one right there.
Yeah, there's one.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, with the happy face too.
Oh,
I hope they play. Yeah.
that's awesome.
So that would have been the 8 tracks.
Yeah.
Well, and I apologize for that. I apologize for that being a post.
There's one.
I still have some of these.
Yeah.
I have a whole pad of those still. I don't know what I'm going to do when these run out. I need to find somewhere. You know how they used to have these in gift shops and stuff? Like you get a coffee mug with your name on it or a bookmark with your name on it or whatever in tourist trap sort of areas. I've never seen notepads again with your name on them. So I've got to find those. I don't know where. I still have some though, so I'm not out yet.
Good. Crisis averted for the time being.
Well, yeah, but I still, eventually, because I'm going to continue to send things.
Yeah. I was reminding my mother that when you moved to Montreal,
99,
we kept in touch, and then suddenly a gigantic box of CDs would show up at my house, and it would be like, hey, Mike, I'm selling these for store credit. I'd like this, whatever. We would figure out the transaction. But when this parcel arrived and I opened it up on the table, my mother and my sister started picking over the disc like, ooh, Louis Armstrong. And it's like, these are for sale. Like, you can't just take them. We have to pay for him. Anyway, my mother's like, oh, that was Aaron. Okay.
Yeah. I have a long history of buying albums and then keeping some of them, trading some of them. I do major calls every once in a while, usually about once a year I'll go through. And I was just saying actually not long ago that the last 2 calls where there were like 600, 700 things that went out, I would regret one. And so I have to go and replace it.
You remember the year that you culled all the Pearl Jam live albums?
No, not all of them.
Well, not all of them, right?
No, I still have like 15 of them here. But there's only so many times you need to hear even flow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So I tried to keep the ones that had different tracks on them and that kind of stuff. But then the other ones were just,
I ended up buying one of the ones that you sent, and it's in the other room. But I just remember the reason I chose that one out of all of the ones you sent is because on that version of Do the Evolution, Eddie Vedder did that line that I like when he goes, "Oh, my name is George Bush and my son is an asshole."
Yes.
So I chose that one out of. I still have your Pearl Jam, that one.
Yeah, they do. I kept some of them too. They had different covers on them.
Yeah,
not cover art, but they would do different cover
versions.
songs like Interstellar Overdrive, or they would do a Tom Waits song, or they would do something else. So I would keep some of those as well because they're different, right? Like they're different every night. Usually it's I think it's Daughter. They would do the song Daughter, and then it would morph into the cover tune at the end.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm a beneficiary of that. And I have your 2 CD Bob Marley Catch a Fire as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is why I wore this tonight.
I wore this tonight because
oh yeah,
Aaron was wearing one of those in the video.
In the video.
Oh.
And I'm wearing this because I never got changed after I got home from work. So you're welcome.
There's so many good memories in that video, though. Like going to Toronto and you playing with that samurai sword at the Sunrise Records.
That was an umbrella.
A samurai sword umbrella, yes.
Yeah.
And that weird.
I was wondering what the heck that thing was.
Ball thing that was in the wall there. That weird floaty ball thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that umbrella. It had a samurai sword handle, but then it was an umbrella. And so I can only imagine you'd get arrested carrying that thing around. I would never buy one. You know, but because it looks like you're carrying sort of like it really looked real.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what that was. I don't even remember where those flying balls in the wall. I don't even remember where that was.
No, but you just stood next to it and said, "I want this in my house," and it was funny. It was funny.
Oh, and an interesting thing is I went back. I was watching. You're walking down the street at one point, and Mike's got his camera in your face, and you're quoting like the Blues Brothers, but instead you're like, "We're on a mission from Dog."
Yes.
The ironic part is there's a picture of you and your cat, and then the very next shot is you lipping the word dog. I didn't pick that up until much later in the video, but for some reason I found that funny.
That's one of those subconscious things you didn't even realize.
I didn't even know I did that.
Yeah. Well, the kids are going to see that video, and they will be very happy to see the cat in there.
Because, I'd like to know if there'd be any difference to your adventures if Mike was having a beer too.
I did have a beer the one year.
Oh, you did? I didn't think you did.
The 1 year I did. Yeah.
Oh, it's very rare for you. So
yeah, very.
You'd think Mike would at least drive since he wasn't drinking beer.
Oh, I will
well,
not
there
drive.
Is that.
Aaron is driving in the videos too, and he's also the one that, you know, he can only
but
have
there's
one.
hours between the beer and the driving.
Oh, yeah, I'm not suggesting he wasn't impaired, but he could have enjoyed more than one had said sober friend offered to drive.
But buying records impaired as a whole is a danger unto itself.
It is. Also, I am a total lightweight, so if I had 2 beers, I'd probably be ready to like have a nap.
And again, we question what is going on in the center square.
I know.
Chris Sarr has asked that like 4 times in the comments.
The dog. And there's no story about the guy paying for parking. It was just that I whatever video, whatever year that's from, I'd made some funny crack just as Aaron was waiting in line for parking. That's it. It just made a good visual with him kind of doing that crack up while he's waiting in line.
Oh yeah,
so no story.
Good. Yeah.
I actually would have assumed that I didn't know you were filming me at the time. So when I
more than likely, because that was the case for a lot of that.
That first section of the video is literally the first few seconds of the very first Aaron and Mike Go to Toronto video.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I wish we had done that sooner, but of course I was out of province.
And I didn't really have the technology to do it before then, you know. It was the dawn of the phone in camera in phone era.
Mm-hmm.
So and back then, you know, I was taking tons of video and tons of pictures and nobody cared about any of that stuff. I don't know if they'd be as cool with me as blatantly as I was doing it back then.
Oh, you mean in the stores and stuff?
Yeah, like I don't know. People are more sensitive about that kind of stuff these days, but I was like, you know, I was like doing my Steven Spielberg thing in the store.
I suppose you could just ask and just say,
I suppose, but we didn't.
We're from out of town. I'm making a video, and you know,
we never did though. We just went in there and filmed our shit and had a great time doing it.
I have a distinct memory of you digging through the bins. This was probably when Sonic Boom was still up at Bloor and where was that? Bloor and Bathurst.
That name came up a lot.
Yeah,
Bloor and Bathurst, and Sonic Boom was up there, and they were playing Kiss from Monster, and there was Mike just wailing away, singing away in the store.
I don't remember that.
Oh, you don't? Oh, I have clear memories of that because I was like, okay, here we go.
Well, that would have been the year it came out.
All the words.
That was the year it came out.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. And you ended up giving me a copy of that album
because I ended up with I bought it 4 times. I think. I think I currently have 3 copies. 1 on LP, 1 Japanese import, maybe 2 Japanese imports. I'm not even sure anymore.
I have your 4th one.
I know you have 1. Yeah. That was was the infamous year where I was down there looking for the Japanese version of Kiss Monster, and I was absolutely so disappointed that all the stores down there had changed, because that Yonge Street HMV used to have all the Japanese imports of everything. Remember Kevin, when we did the Sloan thing with Deke and I had all those Japanese imports? Those were all bought in one shot at the Yonge Street store, HMV. Yeah. You know, just go to the Sloan section. They were all there.
Yeah, those stores are. It's not. There's no charm to going downtown Toronto anymore for new stuff like in HMV or that Sam the Record Man. There used to be HMV, Sam the Record Man, and then you go around the corner of the world.
Sunrise.
Sunrise was there too. Across the street.
We did
Records.
Power Records. Yeah, there used to be a whole bunch of stuff. You just go down there and
No,
shop
it's-
all day. Now it's all, like you guys said in the video, it's all just mall crap now.
Yeah.
Same stuff. You can go down to the malls.
Yeah.
We've never been back. We have
It's-
never gone back that way.
Very true.
No.
Really, online shopping has
Yeah.
taken over all that stuff.
I
Bob
don't
has a good
remember.
point there.
I don't remember, Mike. But which album were you looking for that was a Japanese import? And you kind of rant in one of the videos because they told you, "Hey, Japanese imports are expensive," and you're like, "Yeah,
that was
that's why I want
responsible,
one, and I want to pay for it."
Yeah,
you did a
yeah,
whole
Aaron
like
will-
you did a whole like Rick Mercer like rant as you're walking down the street with your camera.
I remember Aaron and particularly. Oh wait, Deke's here. Deke.
Oh,
Deke, sorry, buddy. I didn't even realize you were there. Deke, you want to come on,
Poor
buddy?
guy.
Or I'm going to bring him on. Hey,
The real Mr. Book.
Roy, how long you been waiting there? I didn't even see you.
Hey, look at the toque.
Well, he's been there since yesterday.
Hey there, Dick, man. This is what happens when you get old and you go wandering out of your house. Okay,
Less busy background there.
That's awesome. How you doing,
hey,
bud?
so, I can't stick around too long, but I just wanted to hop on and just say hey to James.
Ooh.
Good to see you. And
Me too.
Mr. Books. So, Mr. Books, I got this little letter. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see
There
it?
it is.
Is that one of the Posty notes?
It is.
Damn it.
There he goes. No, you got it.
There it is.
That ain't happening.
It will be. Stick with it. Stick with it.
That ain't happening. Anyways, you sent me this real good book. I still got to get into it, but
I hate music.
that's what you're great for, man, is giving back. And sorry, I haven't watched any of this yet, but just wanted my 2 cents is that okay. Hey everybody, by the way, sorry. There's the Snowman and Mr. Steven, the Bare Naked Lady, and Def Leppard.
yeah.
No, their Bare Naked Ladies is better than Def Leppard.
Tonight that's true. Tonight that's true. But yeah, seriously, man. Like when I first came across the blogs, it was Ladano's I came across, and then I started going into the comments, and I think the second one I ever came across was the KMA with you and James. Took me about 6 months to realize that there was 2 of you guys running it because different guys writing. So I didn't know who the hell I was talking to, and then from there I went, like I said, into the comments, and then I seen somebody posting, and I thought, oh, okay, this guy seems pretty cool. So I clicked to the third site, and that was Jeff's site, and I didn't know who he was, so I'm going, hey, really great post on Weezer there, Steven. Really, really cool. Then he's probably thinking, why is this guy calling me out by my last name? Little did I know. It's like, where'd this guy come from? But no, seriously, man, it's a great thing, Aaron, that you always, like I said, you give to everybody. I mean, you send everybody tons of stuff, and I seen the Snowman got a Funko Idol pop, which you'll probably sleep with tonight. But you know,
Tonight, I've been sleeping with it for weeks now.
He just got it back from Richard Dreyfuss.
hey, got to get into the Rebel Yell for sure, eh? But it's all good. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on quick, man, and just say kudos to you guys, you and James, for doing this for what are we, like 2006? Is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys started like that's. I didn't even know what a blog was until 2012. So like, kudos to you guys, man. You know?
Neither did I.
What, 2012? After you
Yeah, I had no idea. I was just doing it until then.
I didn't know what one was until Deke said I had to read his. You got to read my blog. I'm like, what the hell's a blog?
Sorry, Deke, I hope I didn't keep you waiting there in the waiting room. So
I needed one follower, so I knew I could rely on T-Bone when he wasn't drinking.
Well, he basically wrote about me in every third story, but didn't tell me which one I was in, so I had to check for legal reasons.
Oh, that's that. It was that too, and everybody was probably starting to think you're my snuffleupagus.
Oh yeah, doesn't exist.
Everybody's going, "What the hell, snuffleupagus?" But anyway, it's all
That's
good.
true. We just dated ourselves.
Oh yeah. He was this fictional character named T-Bone, but that guy's written like me. And I mean, you guys already know, like me and T-Bone, we go back to 1970. So it's just like guy's been along the ride, like shotgunning with me since then. So with everything rock and roll and then some. So, but really, it's been great to meet all of you, talk to all of you, and get to know all of you through the writings and stuff, because you guys are all frickin' fantastic writers. And I'm a professional scribbler, as I call it, and and it's good to know that I have some friends in the music business, like this rando guy on bass who's pretty good at my spell checking, that one time. But I won't name names here. But anyways, seriously, guys, all the best, and keep doing what you're doing, man, all of you.
Did you see the video, Deke?
No, I just hopped on now.
All right, we're gonna run the video again so you can see it.
You know what? I'm gonna watch this from the beginning at some point. It's just my house is upside down right now, so got
worries,
a lot of shit.
Geeks in the middle of major renos.
Yes. Hopefully more successful than Tommy Lee's during Pam and Tommy.
Yeah, a lot of renos going on, and
Deke's got a new show on HGTV coming out next month.
It's called T-Bone. Throw me a fucking line, will you, pal? But
text me every other day. A sheet metal guy. Yeah. A plumber. A guy that does windows.
A guy who won't hose us.
I'm gonna get sued in about 3 months.
No, you're not gonna get sued. I just told them all to send you the bill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's on Troy. He said he'd take care of it for me. But yeah, so the world's been upside down lately, and
let's get the Bandcamp, everybody. I gotta pay for Deke's renos. Come on now, let's get the Bandcamp.
You gotta get the track up on Bandcamp.
Oh, you know what? That's the other thing I got to tell you. I had to give T-Bone shit, man, after he threw his stuff up on Bandcamp, and then he went and discounted all that shit a day later.
After I bought it all.
I'm like, what the hell, dude? Like, that was Peter Grant from Led Zeppelin. He'd be rolling around in his grave right now. Jesus, man.
I had panicked. I put everything on sale.
Tomorrow you'll read on Twitter that T-Bone is pulling all his music off of Spotify because of Joe Rogan. So,
I like Nickelback. I our music on Spotify if they don't get rid of Joe Rogan. So Joe Rogan is gone.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, jeez.
It's been great, man. The boss. The boss has been actually. She's the one who got it going at Christmas time, and we got our. Finally got all our carpet out of our house and got some vinyl laminate in. I mean, T-Bone's seen the pictures. I've been keeping them posted, and it's been a lot of work, man. And now we've replaced out our furnace, and now we're going to be getting into doors and windows, which T-Bone gave us a lead on as well. And then we got another lead from T-Bone. We've got a guy who's going to come and give us an estimate on our bathroom. And yeah, it's just been figuring we're getting this all done before we're old and about to retire, which is soon. But anyways,
you are about to retire.
I am. Yeah, 7 months and change, man. I'm done.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
but yeah. So
look for his new show, HGTV, DQYI.
With T-Bone on speed dial. What do I do? Who do I need? Who do I need to call?
T-Bone's been busy.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's why I've been totally off the grid lately. I mean, at Christmas time, I was able to, some of the records I got, I was able to smash out some stuff. And then, of course, we had a COVID case in the house, and we were all kind of shut down with that we're actually we're fine. My wife got it probably from work, and
I'm sorry.
She's pretty rough shape there for a couple of weeks, but she's coming back, and we went into pneumonia and everything else.
Oh, Deke, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay.
Sorry, man. I don't want to be a killbug.
No, man.
no,
We're
we just
community,
got a lot of-
buddy. It's
That's
not
what
just
community's for.
Yeah,
it's not just for Aaron. Yeah,
Oh,
community's for everybody.
it was pretty. So then with her being positive, we all had to self-isolate by the rules, and fortunately myself and my twins are negative, and then amongst all that, my oldest daughter moved even further from Marathon, which is 3 hours away from Thunder Bay. Her and her boyfriend now moved to Sudbury, so there's some good news. They got new jobs and everything else. Yeah, so they're right in your old neck of the woods, guys.
Right on.
Bare Naked Lady and Def Leppard, but yeah. So for all the bad,
I didn't know Kevin had a hearing problem, but okay. I'm pretty sure we know which one's the Bare Naked Lady. What?
Yeah. So, but things I think are on the uptick now. Sue's starting to feel better, and
good.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I'm gonna take off now, guys. But
all right, you take care, buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks, Deke.
Yeah, you guys take care. Good luck, guys.
Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
James
Good luck,
and Aaron, keep doing what you're doing, man.
All the best to the fam, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, take care.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Bye.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. That's the first time we've ever had the entire window full too.
Wow.
That was the first time we ever hit full house.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome.
StreamYard was texting Mike like easy.
Yeah.
Nobody moved too fast. No sudden movements.
If you experience audio problems, here's why.
Yeah, but look how smooth everything is.
Yeah, this is cool.
That's awesome. Well,
This is amazing.
Really cool.
We should do this more often.
Yeah.
Not this, but I just mean like get everybody together.
Sure, just give us a month. We'll whip up another song for you.
Yeah, get out of there. I want a whole album by Christmas.
Actually, we got enough video. We should be able to pull it off.
That's true. Yeah, we could do.
That's not what I meant.
And he's got different mixes of the song with the vocals at this level, and he's got the horns at this level, and
yeah, there's the horns that Meat and my wife hate.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I thought I was done at that point,
and
then it's like I play
everything sounds better.
I'm pretty
with a horn
proud of
section.
this song, and I'm playing it for my wife in the truck. I don't play her all the songs because a song like "Open Door Piss" that's not a way to
Not those horns.
get your
Those horns
wife
didn't
in a
help.
good mood, especially when she doesn't understand the concept. But then I'm playing it, and she's like, "I really like it, but what's that distorted stuff at the end?" And I'm like, "What?" And I played the end again, and she's like, "That," and I'm like, "Because they're not obviously. I'm not actually playing horns; they're samples, and I guess they're kind of distorted. But in my years of going to rock concerts and stuff, I was like, I didn't pick up on that." So then I text Meat and Mike had been the only other two people other than myself and my wife that had heard it to that point. And I had been in conversation with Meat, so I sent Meat a message, and he's like, "Yeah, I've been meaning to tell you about that. I guess I'm with your wife. I hate the horns too." And I'm like, frick! Like I got to redo the whole last chorus.
Now I got to hear the horn mix.
Right,
Yeah.
like
You
Kevin
gotta
was
release
saying
it.
that when he puts it up on Bandcamp, he should put up at least a couple different versions because
Yes.
I have heard different
If you
versions.
want to hear shitty distorted horns, we're
Yes.
gonna do a
I got
shitty
one you
distorted
can borrow.
horns mix.
Oh,
I got one you can borrow.
Oh,
you know what?
Okay, that's a real
Hey,
horn.
see?
That's a real horn, though.
See, I was just gonna say that's the only sad part of this is that I know that if I would have reached out and said, "Hey, Aaron, would you give me something for this video?" I'm sure you would have.
Well, there you go. You
done-
just do another remix.
Yeah, we got to get Aaron in the video.
We get
Actually,
Aaron
at
in
the
the
very
video.
end of the song, as it fades out and you see Aaron, it kind of, I don't know what words you're saying, but when I picked up on it, it almost looks like you're saying to the fade out.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know what he's
thought.
saying
I gotta
in the
watch it again.
conversation, but it was
That's what
one
I
of
thought
those
when I
happy
saw it.
accidents. And when it was close, I moved it so it was like, let's just say that that's what he's saying at the very end.
Yeah,
He's just whispering it
good.
as it's fading out.
It's believable.
Anyway.
I'd have to see it again. That's cool.
Yeah,
Well, we will play it again.
I-
And probably again.
I've only seen it
and
like
again.
2 times. So
Now you play it again, man. I want to see Kevin and Sarah dance.
I'm really glad about this because this is the video that is going to surpass ODP for requests.
Yay!
Meat's
Yay!
like,
That's why
thank
Meat-
God. Thank God.
Meat said, "Whatever you need from me, I am there for you. Just get frickin' ODP off of the bridge.
Yeah. So he's thrilled. There's a brand new song that we can play that maybe even Sarah will prefer to ODP. I don't know. Like,
Please prefer.
Karate chop or ODP.
But so you guys, you want to see it again now, right?
Definitely my favorite song. Though.
You want to see it
put
again
it
now?
on.
Yeah, we want to see it again
That
now.
was so. You know what? And Kevin is giggling as he's filming it. You can faintly hear the song, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so going in the video.
But the outtakes will be
This
great
is
too.
so good. And the second I sent an edit of it with that in there to Mike just texted me like, I don't even think he had finished watching it. He just got to that scene and he goes, oh my god, Sarah's dance is killing me. And I'm like, oh, you guys are just having so much fun. It just kicked it. It literally kicked it over the moon. Kicked it over the moon.
Yeah, literally.
Amazing.
All right, so let's play one more time, and probably not the last time tonight. This will be the first time seeing it in full screen because the first time I ran it, I wanted us to see Aaron's reaction on the side. And by the way, I'm really glad I did that because I could see you reacting in every spot that we were hoping. Like the shit flowers and stuff like that. Like,
I never heard that phrase before, but it gets used in my house now.
Yeah.
I like them. Nobody else in my house does. So there you go, Aaron.
Oh,
you're up 3-1 in my house.
They're all for you, man.
So this time we're going to see it in full screen without, and you'll be able to take a break.
Can I just bring up one more thing to watch out for in this?
Yeah.
Jeff Steven apparently can use a banana as a maraca.
Yes.
Like, I don't know what special bananas he has, but. And Jeff, just so you know, your voice is featured.
That's Gordani, yeah.
Your voice is prominently in the chorus there. It was
right.
Nice.
If you
good job for giving me the vocal. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Aaron, when this goes up on YouTube, give it a listen on a proper pair of headphones because when the scene comes where I'm singing solo on the screen, that's my voice. You can hear me singing, and same with Jeff when he's there with the DVD box sets. You'll be able to hear that's him singing.
They're just pushed up a bit in that spot, but they're actually through all the they're through the second and third choruses, both those guys.
Yeah.
And is it James
and of course,
too?
the Meat Man is featured prominently in this song.
And there's Bop at the end there with the split screen. He put Bop's footage at the Rolling Stone exhibit next to the guy from Cuba when he was in Cuba last week.
That's awesome.
So now that you know a little bit more about the song, you're going to be noticing more stuff.
Oh, I'm going to watch this many times.
Okay, so let's watch it again for everybody. This is Community by T-Bone Erickson.
Awesome.
In the fall of 06,
suba a la comunidad de Aaron.
There you go.
I saw so much more that time around.
Well, I don't think anybody except T-Bone and myself have seen the final video until tonight.
Well, poor Mike is going to be so happy that he doesn't see 4 more versions tomorrow. So, so sorry, Mike. I'm so
Yeah, well, what are we going
sorry.
to talk about tomorrow? We got nothing to talk about.
No, I should actually talk to my wife tomorrow. She gave me the whole day today. I'm going to be so busy tomorrow doing stuff I didn't do the last couple of days. But I have a quick question for Aaron. Do you get the Hey Joe reference in the second verse?
It's Hendrix.
No,
Right?
Yeah, there's
obviously,
a specific
but
reason.
there's
though.
a specific reason it's in there. Said, "Hey Joe, come on, let's go." Not that the "come on, let's go" is important, but Mike told me a story where you guys, Michael, correct me if I'm wrong.
You
but you guys
made
were
me
on
a
one of your
mix
Toronto
CD, one of the
you
very
made a
first
mix
mix
CDs
CDs.
of all versions of Hey Joe.
It was
Just
Hey Joe.
all Hey Joe.
16
All
versions.
the songs were Hey Joe. All different versions. So he gives me all these
Impossible to
different
listen to
stories.
all the way
And
through.
yeah, I mean it's a very, very kind of a loose reference, but I just wanted to tell you why it was there. It wasn't because I couldn't rhyme with Mike or Aaron.
And I don't know what happened to that
I just wanted
CD,
to see if anybody
but
caught that.
It was really interesting, and Aaron does this narration thing between the songs. And we're like, and that was Hendrix's version of Hey Joe.
Wow.
But next,
Does
we're
the
gonna
sexy
go to
voice.
the 20th we're going to
Oh,
go
yeah.
to the 21st century with a cover by blah, blah, blah. You know.
It's like I'm on CBC late at night.
And Bob wants to know what the poncho photo was from.
Oh,
We're the
okay.
blue poncho.
That's a good one.
So James came to Ontario and we said, yeah, we can take you all these places. And we ended up driving from Toronto to Owen Sound and from Owen Sound to, no, did we go to Niagara first?
We went to Niagara Falls first, yeah.
Okay, and we were all over, and he's like, "Oh my God, there's nothing but roads in this province." It's just like, how far is this? Because I mean, it's a long way. But yeah, we went to Niagara Falls, and we got on the Maid of the Mist, and we went. So that would be me. That would be us under the water of Niagara Falls. Yes, I distinctly remember yelling, "Is that the best you've got?" at the falls.
I distinctly remember you yelling about the Communist Manifesto too, but that's another
Oh, well,
story.
that's a different night. That was a different night. That was a tequila fueled night.
I was going to say, I assume that's more than one beer that gets you like calling out the falls for a fight. Like,
oh no, I was completely sober for that.
Oh, okay, nice.
Hey, Aaron, here's a memory for you. And I don't think it was the first trip to Tirana, but it was something I wish I could have filmed, but I was afraid if I did, we'd both end up in the hospital. But we were driving to Tirana, and behind us was this super gangster-looking dude rapping along to the stereo. He's like,
"Oh yeah, oh yeah." He just had the hands flying,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he was
yeah.
just giving her.
And I was just like, this guy's epic, but if I film him, I'm a dead man.
Yeah. And it was like some crappy little Honda Accord too. Like it wasn't a,
But he was giving her.
Oh yeah, whatever
He
it was,
was
he
giving
really
her.
liked that song.
Yeah.
Whatever one it was.
Whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're listening to like, I don't know, Judas Priest or something like that.
Yeah. I used to make specific discs to play in the car when I knew I
remember.
was coming to pick you up.
I remember. Yeah. The
Yeah,
first few
and-
trips anyway.
And I would never put them on until you got in the car because my dad wouldn't care. Because I don't know if all of you know that, but my dad would be like, "You're going to the city? Great!" And he'd jump in the car, and we'd, so he'd come with us.
Yeah.
But it would be, we'd get to a stoplight, and Dad would say, "Okay, see you later," and he'd just jump out of the car,
Yeah.
and just leave us on our own, and he'd just walk off to wherever he wanted to go, and then meet up with us later. So,
And that one year he came back with those little magic mirror banks where you drop the coin in and it disappears.
Yeah, he was always buying stuff like that because
Yeah.
he used to, when he was a teacher, they'd be prizes for kids and stuff. So, yeah, he was always buying little gadgets that, for contests and things.
We would start our day, I believe, at BMV, then
Yep.
go to Poppers, finish
Yes.
at Sonic Boom. Oh, and Moonbeam, because you would always have to get Sarah coffee at
That's
Moonbeam.
right.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I feel bad. I haven't been there in a while. I haven't been able to
Yeah.
send you any. Yeah, there's a coffee shop in Kensington Market that is my lovely wife's favorite place. Now she was living in the annex up until we moved to. She went to York, and she was living in the annex until we moved to Montreal in '99. So we used to just walk around. It was really easy to get to like college, and Spadina was right there from where she lived. So we would walk through Kensington Market to get most places, and she'd always stop for a coffee in there. And so it became, when I would go to the city, I would bring back coffee for her. And then I found out Sarah really likes coffee, so I would send some down there. Yeah. So yeah, it is good. It's very good coffee.
Delicious.
$25 a pound. It better be.
Oh my God! Really?
No,
well, there was one.
No.
There was one.
No. That was the
super coffee that you did not buy, but it was in the video. T-Bone will testify. He saw that first Toronto video where I'm like, look at this coffee, $25 a pound. Holy
that would be the Jamaican Blue Mountain one. I'll bet you.
It was something crazy. Yeah.
Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee is delicious.
Yes, but it's very expensive. That's not the one I buy.
It's actually cheaper to go to Jamaica and just have it there. It is actually.
Probably.
So how many times did you go to Toronto? Like how many trips?
Oh, that's a good question.
Both of us together?
Yeah. Like would you go multiple
13,
times?
14, 15, 16, 17,
18.
18.
You said
The last time we went was 18, so 7 times.
7 times.
Okay. And you just go once a year?
Yeah. He goes more than once a year, but together we go once a year.
Yeah.
Or did.
Well, after I saw the scene where Mike farted in Aaron's car, I realized that that's why he only goes once a year with Mike.
That wasn't my car. That was her car.
That made it worse. That made it worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I would go more often because we back in the before times, BC, before Corona, we would have what we would call sanity days, and so we pick a weekend, and one day I would take the kids, and she could just have the whole day and just disappear and go do what you want. Come back whenever you want. Don't care. Don't want to know. Just go. And then the next day she'd take the kids and I would go. So for my days, I would usually call up my dad and say, hey, you want to go to the city? And of course he's like, yes. So away we would go. And some of those would be when Mike and I went.
Yeah.
It was just a day to get out and away and do your own thing. And,
I remember there was something you were looking for at Honest Ed's one year, something specific. I can't remember what it was, but we hit Honest Ed's a couple of times.
Yeah, but I don't know what that would have been.
It wasn't for you.
Was it just music that you guys were looking for? You'd look for other
books too. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, always books. It's so funny. Deke calls me Mr. Books, and I can't remember the last time I reviewed a book for the blog.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he reads a ton of books.
Yeah.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. He should be Mr. Books, not me.
He's the musically literate one. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I've got a bunch of them here, but I haven't. I've been reading other things.
Well, actually, Aaron, speaking of books, you know that Tim's has shipped.
Yes, you did tell me that. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it arrives this week. I'm going to do a live unboxing when it arrives, nice. And then I'll send your copy your way.
Nice. This is what I'm reading right now.
Is it working?
No.
Can you send me a copy of that book?
I bought this because I thought I've played guitar since 1993, and I feel like I'm in one of those ruts, right? Where it's like you play the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe going right back to the beginning. Like, of course, I'm skipping the part about how to hold the guitar and how to tune it and stuff. I know that stuff, but just to go back, I thought maybe it might help me go in a different direction or something,
Yeah.
So
when is your flamenco album coming out then?
Tuesday.
Actually, that's another thing I wanted to bring up. Was there's some cool soundtrack on those videos, and I understand from talking to Mike, those are you on guitar. You gave the songs very bad names.
You know what I'm talking about.
We won't mention the names because they don't do it justice, but it's some cool stuff in there.
Yeah,
I said to Mike, I said, who's playing guitar on here? He goes, that's Aaron. I go, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, there's one that I use. I was like,
yeah. That was all made using this same blue Snowball microphone that I'm using right now. And I still have my old Fender G-Deck amplifier, which is really cool because it's just a little 15-watt practice amp. but it has 50 different preset sounds in it, and each preset sound has a bass line and a drum part to go with it. So you can practice over top of the different sounds.
Right.
And you can also adjust within that sound. You can change it to any key. So as a practice tool, it's unreal. Like you can just put it on and play for days, and
it's like you're in a power trio and it's only one of you.
Yeah, well, and you can slow it down, you can speed it up, you can change the key, and you can adjust any of it. And so it's really cool. So what I would do, how I got that music, was I would just go to one of the presets, start it, and just sort of noodle over the top of it. And that's how they got their name, because I'm not very good.
I beg to differ, but I thought the names were harsh.
You know what, T-Bone? And Aaron will remember this, but there's one bit of music where if you listen really closely, as Aaron's guitar is kind of droning out, you can hear one of his kids in the background going like, and so it's there in the track.
I wish I would have caught that. That would have been in the fade out.
no, not Kim Mitchell's book. It's Tim Derling's book, the 8-track book. It is in the mail. It is on its way. And Aaron's got a copy, and Snow's got a copy, and I can't remember who else got a copy.
I got one.
Yeah.
If you want my kids to make noise, that could be arranged very quickly.
Well, I hope they make some noise.
The next video, definitely. It's going to be all kids in the next video.
Well, I got a couple too. They both have electric guitars now too.
You know what, Aaron? Here's one for you.
Shit. I didn't know that. We should have got them into the video.
2018 or something like that.
Yeah.
You called me up or emailed me something the night before Toronto, and you're like, Mike, Toys R Us have this Lego set, and it was some kid's Lego set for your daughter. And I remember I was like, I'm on it. So I headed out to Toys R Us and I got this weird, whatever it was a princessy Lego set for your daughter. And it was a special deal where you got a free set as well.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. And so when we did our morning exchange at Jen's mom's house, because we'd meet in Brampton on our way to Toronto, there was this Lego set that you were so excited to get for your daughter.
Well, couldn't get it here.
And it was weird because, you know, I'm at Toys R Us looking for Lego, and I'm like, I'm in the princess section here. I have no idea what I'm looking for. I better call him. So I called up Aaron. I'm like, can you just tell me exactly what I'm looking for? And he guided me to the spot, and there we went. We got it.
I'll tell you, dude, my daughter's now 10, and I'm in those sections, and I still don't know what I'm doing.
It was confusing because it wasn't in the normal Lego section. It was a whole other Lego section.
Oh, okay.
It was something weird like that. Yeah.
That I don't remember, but yeah.
Next time ask Harrison to get you the Legos. He's the Lego guy.
Yeah.
And also pointed out, just draw some attention to Harrison's work there.
Yes.
Not just the guitar solo.
No.
But he also duplicated you kind of like at your seat there.
Except he's gone and changed the camera angle now, so you can't compare it.
But he has a picture of an album on the wall and your guitar.
Yeah. I did rearrange the room recently, so apologies for that.
Well, maybe Harrison could rearrange his Lego.
And actually, the other scene Harrison created there was Mike and Aaron in Toronto, like sharing an album kind of thing. Like, hey, look what I found. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, well, we did that a lot. Well, it was fun because what we used to do, because Mike is always he's more targeted. He's like, okay, I'm going to look at Marillion. I'm going to look at Deep Purple. I'm going to look at AC/DC. I'm going to look at all the bands that he's looking for. And I start at A and I go all the way through.
You roll out the Holy Scripture.
Yes. Yes. It's a real.
Thou shalt start at A.
Well, I no longer print them out. It's a text file in my phone now. So it's a lot easier. You just scroll through. But yeah,
there was a scene in a restaurant where you're explaining the
order of battle,
the battle plan.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
it was pretty cool actually.
That's the actual scene where he makes that funny face that you freeze on, where he's like,
oh,
he's like, I say Aaron, and you go.
There's two or three scenes. There's 2 or 3 scenes where the faces are just too good. The one where Mike sneaks up behind you and you kind of like,
oh yeah, and he's like,
and I just froze it there for a second because it's like, that's awesome. Like, fuck off! I'm looking at something here.
Thank you for including the very flattering faces.
But you know, T-Bone, as you've noticed from watching those videos, he's less and less shocked as the years go on, and he's more or less expecting it by the end of the videos. You know?
Yeah. That's true.
Now it'll be like he won't even be able to sneak up on me. I'll just know he's there.
Right.
You'll just throw back
He'll
an
be like-
elbow
he'll be like, "Wait,
without looking.
Why is the camera not on me all the time?
Pull the old Gordie Howe elbow, eh?
Yeah.
No, but if you look at it this way, if I'm going to drive 2 hours to pick up Mike and then another hour and whatever to get down to the city, right, to get downtown, and then back to drop off Mike and then back up here, it has to be targeted. There has to be a plan.
Yeah.
It can't just be, wow, we'll just see what happens. That's why we park in the same place every time, because we know there's always parking on a Sunday morning, and we do the same route every time because we know that it works. And I try not to make Mike walk too far. He doesn't like it when I make him walk too far.
That's true. My dogs get barking.
What's the name of that? What's the name of that pub you guys always have lunch at?
Poppers. As in peasant. Paupers.
Yeah.
Poppers Pub on Bloor Street.
It looks good because there's always a little shot of the food.
I can never decide what to get.
There's a shot of the. I assume it's a Guinness that you're having. There's always a
probably
like a stout or something, and then a Coke or a Sprite or something. But
that would be me now. I haven't had a drink since 2015, so 2016 maybe.
You always ordered the huevos rancheros.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sound good. Oh, that's like Mexican. That's eggs, right?
It's everything. It's eggs and a whole bunch of other
Yeah,
stuff.
but it's like sounds awesome.
Yeah. So if you're a person who likes to separate your food, don't order that.
No, I like the sound of that.
But
you could even throw shit flowers on top of that, and
no,
no, I would still eat it.
No. Those grow in the dark in manure for a reason.
I love that phrase. I love that phrase. That was
if
great.
you eat shit flowers, I ain't got time.
The whole song, all the lyrics were all nice and touchy feely, and then all of a sudden it's like, I gotta throw shit flowers in here. How the hell do I do that?
I gotta tell you, Aaron, though, all vegetables grow in shit.
I know.
So mushrooms are no different.
They are a taste and a texture violation as well. So
so there you go.
There's many problems there.
My wife agrees with you, so I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just on the other side.
I'm with T-Bone, so you know he's right.
So
yes, we're vegetable contrarians on this one.
I'm not taking over as host, but does anyone else have any questions for James or myself about the KMA, since that's why we're
I did want to just compliment James quickly on your two movie posters. Kudos to those two posters.
Thank you. I got them through the time-honored method of stealing them from work.
Cool.
So I inherited them when one of my coworkers left. So, and now that I'm working from home in my 70s basement here, I had to put something up on the walls.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see like your big cube monitor with your gigantic tower computer and all that other stuff.
He is the tech wizard. A lot of the cool stuff that has happened on the KMA has been because James made it work.
Oh, really? Nice. So he's the
it
Wozniak to your jobs. Is that?
Well, remember, I'm the gibbering monkey in the corner.
You physically resemble Jobs more than he does. And he physically resembles Wozniak more than you do. So I'm sticking with the Wozniak Jobs thing.
And I am using a Mac right now. So there you go.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you have been. Anytime my computer crashed and I had to get it serviced, you'd be like, "I told you so." Windows
works for what I need it to do, which isn't complicated. But that's been a long time. Now I think I'm the one that made the record spin at the top on the blog page.
That's my favorite thing.
Oh, that is pretty cool, actually. Yes.
And because I figured out how to put now here I'm going to enter it. I think it's GIF, not GIF.
GIF.
I think it's GIF. Anyway.
I'm over 50.
How to put that in the header. There were instructions online on how to do that. So you can have moving things in some of the because we've never paid for the site. It's all free.
Right.
We've never made it keepsmealive.com because it's just free. So we use a free theme, we use the free site, and we just post to it. Not because we're cheap, but because that's what it was and it works. So why change it? It ain't broke.
I mean, you've been there for this long. I mean, doesn't that speak to itself right there?
Yeah, and I've changed the theme a few times.
Yeah.
Most recently because the theme it was using was lagging to the point where it wasn't even working. I don't know what your guys' experience was, but when I was trying to enter things or when I was trying to edit things, it would just freeze. And I thought, because I can remember texting or emailing Sarah, I think, about that and saying, you know, why is this not working or whatever. And it was just the theme was old. So,
well, it was the block editor, because WordPress likes to do things and advance and leave you behind.
Yes.
They want you to move forward. They don't want you to lag. And I guess some of us were using the classic editor.
Yeah,
and
I was.
Yeah, well, so was I. And he was the one actually that was starting to use the block editor. And I was reading on all of the, on the support pages and lots of complaints and everything. But we're like, so what? They didn't care. They want you to move to the block editor. So sooner or later, you have to move to the block editor.
Well, I was forced to the block editor because when I started, there was the classic one, and then they had like a middle, like
the middle ground.
The one before they went to the block editor. That's what I was using. And then they trashed it. They got rid of it. And so then there was the block editor and then the old one. So I either had to go back or go forward.
I don't even think you can do the classic anymore. I don't know.
I still use it.
Oh, really?
You can. Yeah, there is a way.
There's a way. If you go over, hit the plus sign, there's a button in there that says classic.
Yeah.
You can click on that.
I was like, okay, I better bite the bullet and just move on, because the classic editor, there were just too many challenges, and so I just bit the bullet, and so now I'm on the block editor. But I didn't like it. I don't like the transition. I don't like it when they change things. I am entrenched in technology. I do it for a living. I look forward. I'm talk computers all the time, all day. But it was like classic editor works. Yeah. Why are we changing? Anyways.
Can I get
it? Still works for me.
Yeah. Now have you at least figured out how to get it so that the toolbar stays at the top?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So that it doesn't go to each block. Because that was a real drag for me too. I could. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to figure that out too, because we reformatted my computer and everything, new browser and everything, and so I had to look into it again to figure out how to do that. But now it's all docked. It's good. It's working.
Yeah, that was actually something Kevin recommended as well, because I had been using Safari because I'm on a Mac, and everything was going wonky. And he said, "Well, just switch browsers, man." And it never even occurred to me.
Yeah.
To do that. And so then I switched over to this Opera thing, and it works great.
Oh, there. See?
And I only went to there because Opera is the only place that this StreamYard thing works for me. So I thought, well, I've already got it installed for doing Mike's things, so I'll just throw it on there, and it works fine.
That's right, because we did struggle initially trying to get you going on StreamYard.
Yeah.
You were running an old Mac too, right? No more
2011, yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still going, baby.
Wow.
Because we experimented a number of times trying to figure out how to get you on a live stream without having to be on Facebook, and it took a long time. There was briefly a KMA Mr. Books Facebook page that I tried to launch, and that didn't work. But we finally got it going with StreamYard. Kevin pointed me in the right direction with StreamYard, and lo and behold, today we finally did it. We hit 10 windows. It was a peak window. We did it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I want absolutely zero to do with the Zuckerbot. Yeah. I want nothing. Don't ever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do. That's the one thing about you.
I said to my wife when that started, I said, "There's an antitrust site."
You love the email. You love the email. You don't want any of this messenger stuff. You don't want any. I remember the BlackBerry Messenger. Remember that?
We experimented with BBM. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, "No, this isn't working for me. I'm out." Like, okay.
I have what works. So all the newfangled doesn't really Oh,
Good
that
thing about
reminds me.
email is if you read something and you're like, I don't have time for this, the other person doesn't know you've seen it. They can think, oh, he's just busy, you know.
True. That's
I
true.
read
That's true.
My emails. I read my emails, but no,
And
it's
the regular
it's-
mail is more fun, anyways.
the snail mail. I actually have some stuff to go. I'm not saying to who.
Well, I will be sending you the Tim Derling book as soon as I get it, and whatever else I might have to send you, I don't even know. And I gotta.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
So, Triumph Rock and Roll Machine drops on Crave on Monday.
I don't have Crave.
Well, you might want to think about it.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I saw that too.
On Monday.
Actually, I think I sent that to you, Mike. Deke sent me that.
I know. I
yesterday, the day before.
I have three streaming services already.
You might want to think about it for a month.
4 is excessive. Does anybody here in this chat tonight subscribe to 4 streaming services?
No.
Kevin!
I probably saved to 5 or 6.
Well, I have. Yeah, well, I have. So I got like deals with friends, right? That's the way I do it.
Okay.
So I'm the guy who pays for Netflix. I have another person who pays for Disney
shit,
Plus.
Netflix 5.
I have another person who pays for BritBox, and then we have
Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
Amazon Prime. That's paid through Prime, and then we have Crave, which is done through. I got a deal through work for our satellite, which comes with
Right.
with Crave.
I might have to get.
That's true. That's true. I'm on Bell Satellite, so I get.
If you're paying full
get it
price
through
for
that.
everything, you're not doing it right. You just got to
No.
find ways.
Yes, 100%.
Steal it from the neighbors.
Well, I must be the sucker because I'm letting my mom use freeload off my Disney Plus, and I'm letting my sister freeload off my Disney Plus. They don't pay me a dime.
Well,
My mom, I believe, freeloads off my sister's Netflix, something like that. Like I don't
Hey,
pay for anything.
after your mom
got it all figured out, Mike.
Well, does one of them have Crave and you can free load out to them?
I used to have Crave, but not in a long time.
Okay, so this is what you do. This is your strategy. Next Christmas, what's their Christmas gift? You're getting them Disney Plus, and you're paying for your subscription, and you're using their.
There you go. That's
Boom.
smart. That's smart.
Or when your mom starts getting the big royalty checks from the community video, you start demanding some payment.
There you go. That's funny.
Well, Netflix.
That was pretty
their
cool when Mike
prices
said.
are starting to go up, so it's almost like it makes you think. You know,
Yeah.
you want to have?
Oh, look at that!
I think you both
Johnny
were your
Organo
mom. I see
throwing
a
it down the
comment.
gauntlet.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
I feel that.
all I
well
asked,
done, Donnie.
all I asked of my mother,
Sorry, Mike's mom.
if she wanted to use
Thank
my
you
Disney
for being in
Plus,
the
she
video.
had to watch some Marvel stuff. So she watched I think all of WandaVision, all of Falcon and Winter Soldier, which she liked, and she watched all of Loki, and she gave up there after Loki.
Well, he's letting his mom on our Netflix account, but
Yeah.
she's paying for BritBox.
Yeah,
so there
so
you
I can
go.
watch Doctor Who.
So he can
There
watch
you go.
Doctor Who.
All works out.
Mike,
all good.
don't let your mom watch Pam and Tommy.
She's already seen the first 2. She saw the one that was really graphic too.
Oh,
She saw the second episode.
She saw
Okay,
the second
well then.
episode that was really
All right.
graphic.
All right.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you a mom story?
Yeah, go for
When
it.
she said that, I totally felt that. One Christmas, one Christmas, my mother wanted the greatest hits of Shania Twain on CD, and my sister passed it off to me. Said, "Go get it," and I said, "I physically cannot do that. I am incapable of walking
said
into
she
a
has
store
no
and
great hits.
spending money on a Shania Twain CD. I can't do it." And my sister said, "Have you seen the size of your head? Go buy the damn CD." So I went to the store and I found the CD, and I was like, okay, I have to balance the universe somehow. So I grabbed a Slipknot CD at the same time, and I bought them both. And that somehow balanced things out a little bit.
I remember one year we
I
went to
feel that.
Toronto. All my mom wanted was the new Adele album,
Oh,
and bizarrely, we could not find the new Adele album in Toronto that one time. It was weird, really weird.
Is it out in Kitchener yet?
Yeah, it was out in Kitchener. It was just, we were going to Toronto. She wanted the Adele album. It seemed like an easy thing to do, and it bizarrely was one of the things we could not do that day. It was just
too bad.
so
Wouldn't
strange.
happen now.
Like all billion Adele albums, none of them were in Toronto that day.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say it wouldn't happen now.
No.
I think they've shipped them to everywhere that has electricity at this point.
Yeah, I think Adele and Taylor Swift are the only albums that you can buy in certain places right now.
Right?
Oh my god. Well, Aaron.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but we've been here for 2 hours.
Seems like 2 minutes.
I know. But I have to start wrapping up. I'm sorry to tell you guys that, but it has
actually have to go like pretty much right now because I got to take this dog out. But I just want to say quickly, I mean, T-Bone and I are not necessarily a part of the community.
You are.
No. I'm just saying
we are fringe.
In definition of what all you guys do, and the discipline of what you guys do is second to none. So I congrats to James and Aaron for doing this for so long, and congrats to all of you for what you do. I had a little bit of a taste of it, writing some stuff with Mike, and it was fun, but I could never ever do it every day. I would have put a bullet in my brain after 6 days in a row. Like, so what you guys do is just great, and thanks for being part of it. And Aaron, it's always nice to be on shows with you because are you really the only one other than me that truly appreciates jazz? So I'd like to do an actual whole jazz show. I don't know if the viewers would like that.
We should.
Yes, please.
If we can do Tony Martin, we can do jazz, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Look at that. We got a request for the ODP video. Well, you know what? Yeah, we'll play both on the way out. We'll play ODP and Community.
I gotta go. And James, nice to meet you. And great that you're a wrestling fan, which is awesome.
Before you go, I had just one more comment for you. Just one more comment for you before you go. One of my other favorite things about the Community video is you do this kind of like shoulder dance as you're singing. The shoulder dance.
Remember, there's no lip syncing. That's actual. That's me actually.
He's so into it. But the best part is he switches from like a backwards sports cap to a toque.
Yeah,
because it's 2 different times when he sent me the videos.
Yeah, it's 2 different days. So it is
continuity errors.
Awesome.
So it is cool. But thanks a lot, everyone. And this was great. Aaron, James,
thank you.
Kudos to both of you, and kudos to the rest of you. And,
thanks, buddy.
And Sarah and Kevin, you need to do more dance.
Yeah,
yes, 1000%. Yes.
Wrestling and jazz on the next show, please. Maybe that's T-Bone's next song.
Oh my!
It's a jazz song about wrestling.
You promised we were going to take a couple weeks off.
That's funny.
One thing I'm going to say about LeBrain, he's a bit of a slave driver. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
I'm kidding.
Take care, everyone.
See you, mate.
Buddy.
Next week.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
That was awesome.
So we are going to have
should,
to start
like,
wrapping
just,
up. But...
anyone who's in the middle square can just say goodbye. Like maybe we'll just do that.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So I just want to say,
so much, guys.
Yeah, it was so awesome to be part of one of T-Bone's great videos.
Oh yeah,
it's like a dream come
it was
true.
Fun.
Oh geez.
and Kevin, and you can buy
you
the
guys made
MP3
it.
and Bandcamp next week.
That's right.
Yeah, well, you know what? I might.
I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make it free for the community because I mean that just doesn't seem right. You guys are in the video for God's sake.
Well,
I'm
really,
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out
I'll
now that I know some stuff now.
I don't mind
just
spending.
wait a bit.
I don't mind putting some money towards.
Absolutely.
The great T-Bone and his wonderful music.
It's not about the money.
I mean,
Kevin.
No, of course not.
You gave me my next ringtone, man. Like that's
yeah.
I don't mind. But
Kevin,
I don't know
just wait a little bit. Once Deke buys it, it'll be on sale.
There you go. Well, on the first Friday of every month is Bandcamp Friday, where all the proceeds that you pay for go towards T-Bone, towards the artist. So I don't know. I might wait until March, whatever, to buy the next song.
Right,
So
because
get
when you do that,
so,
he can upgrade his coffee from a medium to a large just by your purchase alone.
Actually, like
Whoa.
I didn't care like that the price went down. I was going to put some more money into it, but then I said, "That's good. I'll just pay what he asked." But I don't mind putting some money towards the artist. So
Absolutely.
I'm old. I just went with the defaults, and then I talked to you after, and I'm like, shit, I could have made it free. It said $1 or more. I'm like, well, I'm not going to go more than $1. Okay, $1.
It's all good. It's all good.
A community you could ask a couple of bucks for, maybe.
No,
it's a little bit more elaborate than the past songs. It's certainly
anyway, so much fun. I'm literally gonna not know what to do with myself for the next few days.
So Brian says you guys have to dance your way out. So I guess you have to.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
All right, thanks guys for having us on. Thanks for
coming, guys.
so much
Thanks for doing your video.
All right.
Awesome.
Ciao.
Awesome.
Just
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this jerk.
All right, you can take us out.
Take care, guys.
All right, there we go.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thanks so much.
Leopard sucks.
Unnecessary.
Wow, he just snuck that in there. He just snuck that in there.
I believe we're taking the next week off, but I will do when Tim's book arrives. I will do like a impromptu live stream unboxing because that'll be cool for him.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. You don't have to take any weeks off. I'm just joking.
Well, I think we all deserve next week off. So yeah, next week, Nola Brain Train. We'll do it. We'll take a break.
I wanted to give James some props on his acting in that video too, because
Yeah.
when he pops on the screen, you actually believe that he's like, "What the hell are you doing in my house?"
Yeah.
And then for some reason he screams out, "Community!"
That's what everyone else is doing, so it only made sense.
No, but it was so great. John and James is acting, and like Mike and I aren't acting because we look like we're just on the show doing our thing, and then all of a sudden John's on there. What? Community.
Well, I've been acting for years.
James's eyes go like this big. Oh, it's so awesome. That was.
I was in Jaws, Close Encounters.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for a long
He's used to
time.
it.
Yeah.
He's used to it. I got to give a shout out to Jeff too for holding up the community box set.
Yeah, that was clever.
DVDs.
And I knew you'd get the Gord Downey reference too there.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, of course, the Maraca banana. That was cute too.
Well, I had to figure. He sent me. They were all in one shot, long shot, and I'm like, I need to get the bananas awesome. Then to commute, like I'm like, man, this guy is all over this.
Oh yeah. All I
So
could
it had
think
to
was
all get in there. It was so.
Troy and Abed in the morning.
Yeah.
I spent an inordinate amount of time digging my community DVDs out of the box.
Oh yeah,
and then
that's
we
right,
got
you
like
told me that.
a 10-second preview clip of the video, and I watched it and I was like, God damn it. I just sent my clip in first.
Yeah. So Jeff sent me his clip really early. So I put together just a little. I wanted to get the others on board because I felt there was like this reluctance or shyness or whatever. So this little clip included Jeff's community because it looked so cool, and I threw it out there, and then James was like, "Oh, that's great! You just took my community idea." So Jeff,
fast,
way to
dude.
be early bird gets the worm.
Yeah, gotta be quick, dude.
Yeah, that I forgot about that, but that's great.
So T-Bone, you're going to make the video public, of course, so that
of
Aaron
course.
can watch it anytime on your YouTube channel.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I'll be posting it on the KMA as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll be posting it when I post the show tomorrow with the new community video attached. And like I said, we'll play it again with ODP on our way out. But I do have to roll.
Oh,
so
okay.
I hope you had a good time.
Amazing.
We'll do more
Wait,
Saturday
on-
shows just because you're not available Fridays. So
right.
You know, we'll do more Saturdays. We'll figure out some good themes. Maybe get James back.
Well, there's got to be Jazz show.
I was just going to say, I feel
That
bad.
might
we
be a good
hijacked
idea.
James's show.
Yeah, James for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as much as this is a surprise party for Aaron, I mean, James is part of the KMA too. You guys are team members.
Totally.
But the nice thing is he got in on the ground floor and got in on the surprise and played along
he was
wonderfully.
key.
And I've got 2 videos of him that I didn't even have space for in the song, so they'll be in the outtakes.
That'll be fun.
Oh no, James was a very good sport. That was awesome. It was great.
Oh yeah, I got to give him credit too because he was deflecting the whole time. Because every time I told him about it, he said, "I'm just going to tell lies." So all I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna tell lies the whole time. So I'm like, oh, I don't know what he's gonna do.
And I did.
My favorite moment in the first 30 minutes before the reveal was when Harrison asked about the stick and the worm.
Yeah.
And James revealed that the reason for the $7 was that's what he had in his wallet at the time. Like, how can you get a more down-to-earth guy than that? Like, what am I gonna bet? Just a second. How's $7?
That's all I got.
Like, that
He
is
wrote me a check.
fantastic. I love that. That's
Good
good.
check.
That was the first check I wrote in like 3 or 4 years. But
Yeah, but you knew you could cover it. You know what? We need
Yes.
more people like you in the world.
Even worse if it bounced, I suppose. Yeah.
Stupid Tim Hortons.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Well,
I haven't been there.
well,
in a while
gentlemen, I just want to say thank you again, and especially thanks to T-Bone for
Oh.
spearheading the video and the music.
Thanks to the community, because
You
this
know, the
wouldn't
problem
even be,
is-
we wouldn't even be here. None of this would exist. The community. I thank you.
The problem is that T-Bone needs a tribute next, and
Yes,
none of
I had
you know,
that.
we don't
already
have
at the
the we
beginning
don't
of
have
January.
What's that?
I had that at the beginning of January already. Stop with that.
That wasn't a tribute. That was us just trying to hawk
Whatever
your
it
music.
was. That was too much.
All right, fine.
I still
Fine.
have a Fender
This is
G-Deck. I
fun.
could record some inappropriately named music.
Yes. And I'll write lyrics to it. What the hell? Let's do that. You and I, side project. Let's go.
Incidentally, for those wondering,
Seriously, I'm not
Aaron
even- I'm not even
titled
joking.
that background music that he used for the Toronto videos. He titled it "Shit Parts 1 through 6."
See, I did not want to mention the names because they were inappropriately nasty names. But
Well, we're at the end of the
asked-
show. We
I
can
asked
say
Mike.
it.
I said, who? Like, where'd you get this guitar music from? This like it's pretty cool. Because yeah, it's from Aaron. He titled it "Shit" Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and I'm like, well okay. Well, I guess I get
was
that. It's
appropriately
a
titled,
modesty
but that was
thing,
great.
whatever. But yeah, it was cool.
And it was like
Scherzo
in
for
my
amateur and guitar.
right.
What's that story?
Scherzo for amateur and guitar.
Yeah.
And it was like literally in my inbox the next day. I was like, Aaron, yeah, you got to. I'm going to be editing the video. I'm going to need some guitar parts by like tomorrow night. And he's like, yeah, no problem. He got me the guitar parts by tomorrow night, and the video went up on YouTube the next morning, and away we went. It was perfect.
Yeah.
I was a freaking video machine after those Toronto trips. I would start
You
editing like immediately.
It was unreal. And
Yeah.
all the work you did, even just setting it all up and doing all of that. Incredible. I just was along for the ride and,
It was so much fun.
made silly faces.
That was so much fun. And the faces have been now immortalized in
The
music.
faces are great.
It's
We got to give
synchronized.
LeBron
Never
credit.
stop. Never
for,
stop. We're not making.
We got to
fun,
give
we're
LeBron
just-
credit for working with Windows Movie Maker because I've used that before. That's awful.
I still use it. It's all I use.
Oh.
Well,
But
you're a masochist.
Well, when I find
Well, he
out-
does go to Toronto with me.
And
So
that's
he
from
has to-
that's from a contrarian.
That's from the contrarian. All right. Well, I'm gonna call it a night, gentlemen. We're gonna play Community one more time, and then we'll play ODP for old time's sake. How's that sound?
Thank you so much, everyone.
You're very
This is
welcome.
This was amazing.
Aaron,
Can't wait.
James, thank you. Thank you, other guys, Jeff and John and Harrison
Everyone.
for being in the video, and Mike, of course, for being the brain train. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
All right.
Any last words, Aaron?
Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll see you in another one day. We'll come back. We'll do another Saturday special edition of the LeBrain Train.
Jazz.
I think we should. I think we should.
Yeah. James has got to be there too.
Yes.
For
Okay.
jazz? Oh God, no.
Okay. Fine. Whatever. Maybe the Meat Man would be in on that one, but we'll do jazz.
There
We'll do jazz.
Oh,
All right,
God,
cool.
No. Oh God, no! That's my new song.
Well, thank you once again. This is Community, the new T-Bone Erickson song. Look for it on Bandcamp soon. And then after that, we'll hear some ODP for old time's sake. All right. Have a great night, guys.
Take care.
See you later. Bye.
Ciao.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you so much. Thank you.
southern Ontario. We planted a seed, had a yearning need we couldn't get from the stereo. Started out as two and it slowly grew into a passionate fraternity. No matter where I roam, it's always home from here to eternity. It's where we'll thrive with community, and it keeps me alive. Community, it's my community. Community, it's my community. So I said, hey Joe, come on, let's go. I hear adventure, it's a calling me. We're gonna lose control down a rabbit hole in the heart of the big city. We're gonna squash a beetle with a rolling stone and fly the black flag all the way back home. If you eat shit flowers, I ain't got time. Don't matter what we find, it's the glue that binds, you see. It's where we'll thrive with community, and it keeps me alive. Community, it's my community. Community, it's my community. It's where we'll thrive with community, and it keeps me alive. Community, it's our community. Community, community, community. Community, it's our community. Community, 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 it's our community. Community, 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 it's our community.
Hola desde Cuba a la comunidad de Aaron.
Woke up this morning on the right side of the bed. Nothing but happy feelings in my head. I turned on the radio to hear just what was new. But the DJ is playing Motley Crue. I threw the damn thing down the stairs, seemed like the thing to do. Then I ripped the bloody door right off the loo. Because when your day starts just like this, and up and up is when I hear and Nikki sex and open door piss. Don't care if you're not impressed and open door piss. Did I mention I was a house guest and open door piss? Heading out this evening to meet up with my boys. For a couple beers we'll make a little noise. Checked out the telly to find out what's the score. But the Patriots, they ain't no good no more. I threw that telly on the floor, then caught shit from the man. So I made a beeline straight for the can. Because when your evening starts like this, an open door piss. When Tom Brady leaves the Patriots, an open door piss. Hey, I almost never miss an open door piss. Everybody take a look at this, an open door piss. Don't care about your rules, don't live my life to please you fools. If you don't like it, turn the other way. That's what I say. Like Desmond Child writing songs with Kiss and open door piss. Like 90s ballads from Aerosmith and open door piss. When the Jays can't get no hits and open door piss. When your socks they smell like this and open door piss. When you just don't give a shit